Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, August 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal in the third hour, and Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Oh my God, guys, it's Thursday. Football starts Saturday. Let's go, dude. Thursday, August 24th, 2023. It's going to be a fun show today. You're probably like, T-Up, why are you so chipper? Maason Smith suspended. That's a great question. It's actually terrifying, and it's making me very angry, and we'll get there. I'm just in a good mood because I love football, and we're almost there, and I actually really like my job, which is cool. It's it's tough at times to find a job that you like. So I'm happy to be with you here this morning. Jake, what's up, man? How we feeling?
And to be honest and open here, your boy's a little tired.
Yeah, baby getting you?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it's all the flag football.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
As soon as they get done with the afternoon show, it's straight to traction for the practice. Baby's great.
Yeah, I'm starting to crank up just one kid worth of daily activity responsibilities, and I'll be damned if now I don't have to work out at 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Because all that is just all that, all getting older is just a continuing regression of all your personal time, right? And having to look to carve it out elsewhere. So I can't fathom what it's like with all the events that y'all have to go to. That's a lot. Boy.
I tried to sprint to show them exactly what I wanted on the route yesterday. Didn't warm up. Can't do that anymore.
What happened?
Oh, the old ankle, man. It's just throbbing right now.
Oh, no.
Probably
turned ankle or just
I think
just
it was
the
turned.
act of sprinting?
I think it was turned, and it's probably because I was trying to do it in those cane shoes that I had on yesterday.
Not running shoes. Great boat shoes, great camp shoes.
Yeah, great walk-around shoes.
Great walk-around shoes, great cut-in-the-grass shoes. I mean, the best lake shoes ever.
Yeah.
Because you just pop it out of the water. If you're one of those people, I'm not, but if you're one of those people like, the bottom's muddy, you can put those on, you're good to go.
Don't run a corner route in them, though.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. That'll
Don't do
fold
that.
you real quick.
Yeah.
Well, here's to hoping your ankle gets better, man. And, it's only going to get worse, the football stuff, so enjoy that. Mario, what's up, man?
What a pep talk.
Hey, do you want me? You want honesty, right? Or do you want?
I started off with honesty.
I guess you can fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I started off with honesty, though, so I can appreciate it.
I respect that. I respect the candor, but I'm doing good. I'm also in a good mood. We have football every weekend now for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Hell yeah. Taylor, what about you? I walked into the office today, and I left my backpack at Snaps yesterday, and so I ended up doing most of my prep alone in a little side cut. And I walk in here about 6:40, and I just hear Taylor because Taylor's, his voice carries.
Yeah.
And as soon as I enter the door, I just hear Taylor yelling about, I just heard names. I don't even know the arguments, but I just heard Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, then Jaden Rashada came up out of nowhere.
As one does.
Taylor, what were you just vomiting at Mario at 6:40 this morning?
They were arguing on TV of who has more to prove this year, Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson. I was just like, it's clearly Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about the Maason Smith thing.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, to be fair, obviously it's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
1,000%. Not even close.
Well, and then we were talking about the Maason Smith thing, and I'm like, I don't understand how you got an illegal benefit when Jaden Rashada literally said, I'm leaving Florida because they didn't give me the $5 million that they promised me. I just thought it was weird.
Okay, so we can get into Maason Smith there. And You got a lot of Stugotz in you, by the way. With that,
Oh, well, in
Taylor.
case you're wondering, I'm doing good this morning, too, though.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm
Ooh,
sorry.
I am doing well.
Oh, you want to play that game? When's the last time any of
Wow.
y'all ever asked me how I was doing? I
How are
think
you
Jake
doing?
randomly did like last week one time. No. I don't care now. It's like when you get in trouble with your wife, okay? I don't want you to do it because I told you to do it. I need you to care about me enough to do it of your own volition, okay? You get no points when you do it in response. You've probably been, you're married. You've probably been in a relationship long enough to realize that. But if you haven't, just, little pro tip, if they have to tell you it's already too late. Now still, though, just because it's too late, you still have to do whatever it is they want you to do. Just know you're not going to get points for it. But if you think it's too late so you don't have to do it, that's going to spiral on you. So just know this up front. I'm doing great, though, like I said. So, thanks for
I
asking.
don't think you asked?
No, you just fake it.
I just did.
After I prompted it.
Yeah.
You did ask genuinely a couple days ago. That was nice.
I was trying to stop you. You get on a roll
felt good.
sometimes, and
I know. That is true.
you go straight to Taylor. Sometimes you skip Taylor and you go right into it. So I just wanted to halt you, see how you were doing.
I just couldn't
check on
you.
you.
Taylor, I was just dying laughing, walking in, and just hearing yelling about Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson.
The one thing about Taylor, he's going to have takes. It doesn't matter if it's 6:30, 6:40,
yes,
9:40.
The man doesn't even drink coffee.
No.
Nope.
And he's just got takes spewing out at 6 a.m. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
You ever seen Major League when Jake Taylor rolls over and he answers the phone?
Oh, yeah.
Is that you, Tolbert? If you're going to pull this ish, you could have called and said you're from the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's how I feel in the mornings, not Taylor.
No, not me.
Okay, so let's get into Maason Smith. The big, horrible news yesterday, although there was something almost comforting about it. The last few years of LSU football, it feels like preseason, you need at least one
Gotta have
major
one.
body blow out
Yeah.
of nowhere. This is far too smooth of an offseason. And this time, the body blow came in the form of Maason Smith being suspended for game 1 against Florida State, which
Tight.
decidedly untight. And Florida State, lucky ass, will now avoid Maason Smith altogether
For 2 years.
for 2 years in a row. The one series they saw him, he blew them up, and they will not have to worry about him again this year. As, quote from Wilson Alexander's article, the NCAA determined Maason Smith received an improper benefit from an autograph signing before the NIL era began, July 2021. Although Smith cooperated with an investigation, the NCAA has ruled him out for the first game. And Jake, you've plumbed your sources, the same thing.
Yeah,
You've
same
heard what
thing.
Matt's out there talking about, the same signing that we now know held Keyshawn Boutte out of a game last year, which I believe we were kind of lied to at the time. Told it was the flu, maybe, right? But
There was 2 games last year, one for the birth of his child
Yes.
and one for the flu.
But the flu ended up being the suspension.
So is my time, timeline, Maason Smith's freshman year was 2021. So this was before he even played in the game, correct?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
21 and 22 last year was
And
his
that would have
sophomore
been
year.
pre-NIL, right? I suppose.
Literally right before it.
It's geez, this is, I don't know. First off, yet another example of never cooperate with the NCAA.
Ever.
Like that last line right there. Smith cooperated with that investigation. NCAA still rules him out for the first game. An added dash of just awful luck that you can't serve this last year because he has a torn ACL and has to miss an entire year. Must be beyond the NCAA's comprehension to, maybe factor in that you could deem that punishment enough for something that looks as absurd and pointless. So and so that's the other thing. Remember when we were talking about Will Wade in the NCAA, and kind of my consistent
Yesterday,
line
wasn't
was
it?
like,
We actually brought it up yesterday.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, just like that whole saga.
Yeah.
The entire time, my point was that, I am not morally or ethically offended by anything that has taken place here. And therefore, you're going to have to catch this man like with the dead body in his house for me to be like, okay, you got him. You can suspend him or whatever. I'm not morally or ethically offended by those players being paid large amounts of money. An autograph signing in the day and age now where we have, players making literal hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. It boggles the mind in its absurdity. and it highlights where and why the NCAA crumbled, right? Like the same way that the USC opening the season on the Pac-12 network this weekend highlights why the Pac-12 got to where it is. The NCAA having a opening game penalty from 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, in the age of NIL for an autograph signing, it's illogical. Technically against the rules, but to anybody that would just look at it from an ounce of sort of like a logic standpoint, it is just beyond stupid. And I can't help but get a sort of a zombie feeling from the NCAA, Jake, right? Like, did you ever watch Walking Dead back in the day? It's like you've stabilized, you've got a new encampment, everybody's living kind of a relatively normal life, and then you walk through the woods and like a zombie that's been hanging out doing nothing under a tree for like 3 years. He's buried by leaves and he just rolls over and bites your ankle. Yeah. Like, what the hell? Like, I made it. I made it through all the cannibalism. I made it through all we had established an actual society here, and now I'm gonna die? Because this a-hole who doesn't mean anything has just been sitting there waiting the entire time. It's I get it, like technically against the rules at the time, but it is so absurd. It's so stupid. Yeah, I mean, you've heard me say it before. NCAA, the governing body that doesn't ever govern, and when they do, they suck. Yeah, that's who they are. Like they hide, just like you said, in the leaves, and then they pop up and they try to do something and be somebody. It's like, what are you doing? And to a lot of people's point, and I know people from other fan bases will watch this clip and they'll be like, yeah, but the rules are the rules. Even in past history, when you've had someone that has done this, like they hadn't even got, like Manziel got half a game, I'm pretty sure. And it was not even remotely close to being legal then. So it's when you see what you knew what the future was going to look like in the NIL space. When you see what it looks like now, and to go a game, I mean, this is a harsh punishment. This is
at least let him choose the game. Bro.
That's what I was literally about to say to you, and I agree wholeheartedly. Like, you got a top 8, top 7 matchup in the country that everybody's fired up for, and now you're going to be without one of the best players in the country. This stings. This hurts. This is one of those cases yet again where the NCAA just can't get out of their own way. It's because I mean, like Kayshawn last year, was it the New Mexico game? Yeah, you get to choose. I mean, everybody gets to choose. I also don't. I cannot fathom that you can't argue some sort of appeal process that missing an entire year with a torn ACL is pseudo punishment enough. Like, if we don't we have stuff like time served in actual criminal courts? Like, can you not count that as time served? I know he wasn't suspended, but he missed the games nonetheless. It's again, mind-bogglingly stupid. And you're right about, like, helping out the NCAA with the investigation. And like, trying to work through it. Every time you've ever done that, like North Carolina, when they tried to do that, like, and other people have tried to do that, it never turns out well. Like, no, y'all got it. Y'all go figure it out. We're good. Yeah. I mean, it's like Quinn and Williams. No, I'm good. Yeah. You got to catch yourself in the middle of it. Oh, yeah, I was out. That's no, I wouldn't have that son. And honestly, T, like, you and I have both been fortunate to do these autograph signings. It's okay. I've actually never done one. The only autograph signing I've ever done was like Fan Day back in the day. Okay, well, we need to fix that. But whatever. But so how does that work though? Like, how does it work? Like, where are we going with that? A lot of times you get paid like per item. A lot of times it's not like a show where they're paying to see you. They bring an item, they pay, and you get a cut of it. Or if you're signing a ton of autographs and they'll distribute them to other people, maybe throughout the state or throughout the region. Those people sell them in their shops, and you get per item, a price. And it's good money. It is. I mean, it's like one paycheck kind of money. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like life changing. No, it's like badass. It's a nice like little chunk of change, but it is certainly not something where I would think the hammer would be brought down. Well, I mean, not especially, again, I know technically against the rules at the time, but we live in the age of NIL where everything has changed. So it's all looks even more, Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland upside down than it would have even if it had been in the Manziel days. And then what else pissed me off? We didn't even get to the story yesterday about Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush suing the NCAA to try to get his Heisman back. The NCAA, because the NCAA came out and said that Reggie Bush was found guilty of pay to play. And I think Bush's side is essentially going to argue, now hold up now, like that's defamation. Like we may have gotten paid, but it wasn't paid to play. So whatever, we'll see where all that goes. But the point is, within that article, I'm reading about how the NCAA investigation took place. It took 4 years. 4 years. And it took place during the time when we now know from the Manziel documentary, I mean, Johnny Manziel's like laying out how he made all this money in college on his documentary, and then he doesn't have his Heisman taken away, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't. But my point is, there was some a-hole who had to sit there for 4 years, and his whole job was to investigate and to try and ruin Reggie Bush's career, knowing, because he's not a dumbass, knowing that Nick Saban's out here paying players, getting cars, LSU's out here paying players, that everybody's paying, that everybody's finagling, dropping bags, getting in a little around the edges, and this a-hole has to sit there for 4 years and go after Reggie Bush. I mean, you just got to feel like a dumbass at that point. It's like the Michael Shannon character from Boardwalk Empire.
Yes. Yes.
You are such
that is a perfect
loser.
comp.
You are such a loser.
Hey, babe, got to go to work. Got to go try to catch Nook again.
Yeah, exactly. As he's like running the town and everybody's on the take and everybody knows the score, but you're the a-hole sitting there. No, I got to take Reggie Bush's Heisman. No, Maason Smith went to a signing. Shut up, nerd. Get out of here. There's a reason why nobody respects you anymore.
God, I feel like LSU all season, we're like Ricky Bobby and the family at Applebee's, just trying to have a great time. And the NCAA or whoever is Ricky Bobby's dad, and it gets too comfortable, and we're trying to have a nice meal, and they can't help it. They gotta just bail or do something crazy or bring attention to themselves, because by God, we just can't sit here and have nice things. We can't. I don't know why that is, but that's always the case. You're right. Like every year, it's like bombshell, 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 right before a big game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way. We started back in 2011. Big Shady's fight, get your starting quarterback suspended. But hey, look what happened there. You got to rally, boys. Got to rally. Let's talk about the actual on-field effects next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Purlins. Question. See, you hear the word purlins. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this read may not be for you. But if you're a roofer or a contractor, somebody in the steel game, you know about them purlins, you know about them tubing, okay? And you know that you want to go with the live and local community steel. Jake, right now they got a 15,000 square foot warehouse, and they got like double, triple coming along the way. They are blowing up. Why? Because they have a live and local sales staff. They have incredible community, incredible just culture and fun around the workplace. They have the best prices in town. Again, they're local. Okay, so you deal with actual humans that live here. Go check it out at Tim Gonzalez. Go check it out for yourself. Jake, give them the sales number. They can get in touch with the team.
225-647-2020. But like T-Bob said, you can go see them. Like during their business hours, you can go check out the facility that we're talking about there in Gonzalez. But always pick up the phone, give them a call, 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Oshner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m.
Charles Hannegriff, join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch from the brand new Town Square Pizza in downtown Baton Rouge. Dwayne Colucci is with us, Matt Humans is with us, and Jacob Hester making an appearance on Live at Lunch. It's Thursday, 11 a.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to OTB. The
show more OTB than Off the Bench. You know what I'm saying? You know, like how you have a name and then you shorten the name and then the shortened name becomes the name.
Yeah, all my family and friends that listen to it call it OTB.
Yeah, mine
not
too.
Off the Bench.
I mean, you call it the National Football League or the NFL?
The NFL, yeah. Well, what you call it? Matt's kind of the same with AFR.
Yeah.
Who?
Moscona. He's kind of the same with AFR.
Who?
Muscana.
He didn't get it the first time.
No, he did not. He did not pick it up the first time. All right, let's get back to Maason Smith. I was looking at the comments, seeing if everything was worth reading. I don't think I found anything. But Maason Smith suspended for the first game of the year. We already did our rant last segment about how absurd it was. You want to go back and listen. You always check everything out on demand. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN by rewinding live stream, or subscribe to our LSU, OTB, and OTB Saints channels. Let's get into a few questions about the game itself, Jake. The first one is this. Does this move the line for you? And I mean like the literal gambling line. Is this a big enough loss to shift your expectations there? Because LSU right now is still 2.5-point favorites? Maybe it changed today. I mean, we could see if the line actually literally moved after this news. But I believe last I looked, they were 2.5-point favorites.
Typically, it doesn't for a non-quarterback. And I saw your guy, Bud Elliott. He's, Florida State ties. Someone asked him that same question, and he's like, he's already banged up per reports and coming off an ACL and doesn't play quarterback, so it won't impact that line that much.
Yeah,
I don't know what that much means.
-2.5 on DraftKings.
Okay, so no, it has not. I think Sinner also randomly moves the line, but I'm not. There's a stat a few years ago where that was the only other one you're starting Sinner. But.
Honestly, so as good as Maason Smith is, obvious statement there, very good football player, All-American type guy, you do have the luxury of having another All-American next to him, Mekhi Wingo. That's a luxury for you, and you have Guillory, who has been here for a very long time, played a lot of football. So, not Maason Smith, certainly, but a good player. If you lost another player that maybe he's not even as good as Maason Smith at another position, I think that would hurt you more. You're very fortunate that you do miss a star player, but you have another star player who plays the same position. And then you have a veteran backup that can come in. It's not great. It's not ideal. But, if you lost Harold Perkins, well, he's probably doing a lot of different things over there for that defense. Who could you have replace him? I don't know that you could. Even if you lost one of Major Burns, right? Major Burns, not the player that Maason Smith is, but to the LSU needs right now, that would be a major blow. Like, we could go a couple of different positions maybe and talk about it. Now, offensive line, like we talked about yesterday, if you lost Emory Jones, man, that would be awful. But you at least have a backup that you feel could step in, and you wouldn't just have a fire sale.
I do see what you're saying, and it's a very good point in that last year when you lost Maason Smith, it was thought that you lost the best player on your roster.
Yes.
I don't think that's the case this year because of Harold Perkins and
because of Mekhi Wingo, the way he played.
Yes, for sure.
He was the highest rated defensive tackle in the country last year and played, 30 more snaps than anybody else?
Yeah, over 30 more snaps.
So you'd love to have both. Trust me when I say you'd love to have both of those guys in at the same time because you've been waiting to have both those guys in at the same time. But if you're trying to find just some sunshine here, you do have another All-American at the same position.
Well, that's good because from my perspective, I'm only seeing clouds. This freaks me out.
You were freaked out about the game yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. I already thought the game was a coin flip. I'm already terrified of LSU's secondary going against these receivers and Jordan Travis. I was thinking that an uber disruptive pass rush was maybe the best defense against that, and this obviously is a major blow to the uber disruptive pass rush. And so kind of like my key to the game was that D-line finding a way to play very well against that very upperclassman-laden Florida State line, all juniors and seniors across the board. And now you're going to tell me that you lose, one of the top 3 players on your entire roster, the position that I maybe already thought was more important than most of the others going into this game. And I already thought maybe LSU was going to have to win this in a shootout fashion. Now I feel even more like LSU is going to have to win this in a shootout fashion. Again, I just don't know. I desperately hope to be proven wrong, but I don't think LSU's DBs can keep up with Florida State's receivers. The only thing I will say, if I'm looking for some sort of a life raft to help me from spiraling into a black hole of negativity, is that Matt House comes from the NFL. And in the NFL, you do not get to be a successful coach unless you can manipulate, mask, and learn to handle kind of next man up type of situations. And the points that Jake made as well kind of reinforce this as well, where maybe you are a bit better suited to handling an injury there than you would be at some other positions, given all the reasons we just talked about. But yeah, I mean, for Matt House now, I'm just kind of hoping that he can scheme up something. We talked about zone coverage, like whatever it is, come up with some way of helping these DBs, masking that weakness, and still getting that pass rush without Maason Smith.
Yeah, and I understand you and the defensive backs against Florida State's receivers and some of the things that we're hearing, reports from camp. But another point of it, you do have to remember that the DBs are going against what's considered a top 3 receiver room in the country as well.
Yes,
every single day in practice.
Oh, okay. You see it at LSU.
No. Oh, LSU's receiver room is still better than Florida State.
Yeah, I agree. I would put them. They're better than Florida State. I mean, them. Everybody says
State.
Texas. Ohio State obviously is probably number one.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Florida State's definitely top 10, maybe top 5.
So I guess my whole point is it's not like it's going to surprise them.
That's fair.
And who they go against. I mean, they're going against Neighbors and Thomas and Lacey and a slew of freshmen and Aaron Anderson every single day. So it's not going to surprise them. It's the group that has to step up the most. There's no way to hide it. There's no way to try to make it sound like it's another position group. So it doesn't change that. To your point, you felt better about that matchup because you were going to have interior pass rush, which we talked about it and what they can do for you. And so you're going to lose some of that. That's just the way it is, because even as good as Mekhi Wingo is, he is somebody that is really good at holding the line, stopping the run. It's not necessarily getting to the quarterback from that position. You were going to get an interior pass rush from Maason Smith, and that's the part that I just don't know that you can replace.
Pat Fluid says, Mason being out sucks, but we will be superior to FSU in most aspects. I honestly see like a 17-point win. Perkins going to haunt Jordan Travis, just my opinion. This is the type look, you play the game, maybe this happens. And again,
I will say this,
I would
though,
love nothing more if that did happen. Go ahead.
Roddy Smith, who works for the ACC network, he has mentioned to me a couple times this offseason that when he watches Florida State on the line of scrimmage, a little bit of paper champion.
Okay.
He seems to think that that is going to be a major advantage for LSU. And again, that's not LSU guys here saying it. That's somebody that played at Georgia Tech, works for the ACC network, goes on campus
Offensive
tours.
and defensive line, you're saying?
Yes, he thinks Jared Verse is like a standalone talent. It's not across the board.
That's true. I don't really think about the rest of the Florida State defensive line. I only think about Jared Verse.
And they said the offensive line, good, but not as great as they are on paper.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time,
And he said that multiple times.
Yeah, but I remember we spent all preseason last year crapping on the O-line, and then they did very well against you. Like, they held their own. Remember, they looked awful against Duquesne, and we were like, oh, my God, this O-line is like hot garbage. And then, whatever, I got burned.
Mason go out.
Yeah, so I got burned, and so whatever. I'll take the L there. So that's a great point, though, because maybe that would be the biggest difference, right? Because we do think that LSU's O-line is elite. Yeah. Florida State's offensive line is all upperclassmen, so the defensive line, I don't know how elite they are. But, I mean, I do disagree with Pat's assertion that you're just going to be flat-out superior to FSU in most aspects.
Yeah.
We are talking about percentage points, tiny differences. Like, if you have an advantage, maybe O-line could be your biggest advantage. Again, I'd have to dive into FSU's O-line more and will over the next week. But it's nothing drastic. And be wary of falling into that same expectation that we had last year where you kind of felt like LSU was going to roll. Now, if LSU does roll, hell yes. Championship season on, get excited, celebrate. But set your expectations or just understand going in also that if they do roll, that it's all the more impressive because this is a damn good Florida State team. It's not it's not a fake Florida State team.
I mean, look, on paper, again, the offensive line gets a lot of love. I mean, Phil Steele has them as the number 1 unit in the ACC as far as offensive lines.
Okay, there you go.
Clemson number 2. On the defensive line, he's got Clemson 1, Florida State number 2. But it's also counting on Fiske Sr. coming over. I believe Western Michigan is where he was a year ago, dominated the MAC. Not to say you can't come in and play at a very high level, but we have seen guys that we've been very excited about that dominated a level. They go up that level, and it's just not the same. So you're counting on a guy who was first-team All-MAC to be able to come in there and be first-team All-ACC. Not saying he can't, but sometimes we have seen that not play out, and then you're like, oh, man, he is swimming, and it is a completely different game for him. And so they're counting on a transfer who is an all-conference player being in the interior of their defensive front. And, so you take a look at that, and you still can have questions about it.
I mean, look, I'll take LSU's offensive line against anybody, but that does sound like those lines for Florida State are definitely not bad.
4 or 5 returning on the offensive front, T. You have the entire defensive line coming back if you include the Western Michigan transfer as a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's safe. Man, they're good. They're really talented. They got highest returning production or top 5 in the entire country. We've said it plenty of times. Carter Harris says, we're going to beat Florida State. People forget how they got lucky last year. Well, again, LSU got lucky, right? Like, they were going in to score the touchdown to end the game, and they ran power toss and fumbled the ball on the one. Like, they did the 1 out of 100 thing that you cannot do to set yourself up for a loss. So, that luck cuts both ways. You can't remember the times when luck worked out for you, or ignore the times when it worked out for you, and remember the times when it bit you.
Yeah, I mean, we did lay it out. Florida State does return the second most production.
There you go. Great.
And that's in the country, not just the Power 5. Only Kansas returns more.
Shout out Jalen Daniels. That's right, Brady. Rock chalk. I'm with you, Mario. So, again, I already thought it was a coin flip. You take Maason Smith out of the equation, I don't feel better about it, But, hey, prove me wrong, LSU DBs. Prove me wrong, Matt House. Let's go, Jaden Daniels in this offense. You got to get into a track meet. Go win the game. You still got the better receiver room. Everything we just talked about. I think you got a slightly better offensive line as well. I do know this, though, Jake. I am getting rock chalk excited for this game right now. This is going to be a Sunday night battle in Orlando. Let's freaking go, dude.
Yeah, I mean.
Don't be depressed, Thomas. Sack up. It's all good.
Yeah, you lost a player. It's okay. Like, yeah, you don't want to lose a guy like Maason Smith. You're still going to play the game. They're not going to cancel it because of it. So go out there, like T-Bob said, do what you got to do, get ready for the contest. If you're one of the players that's going to get another opportunity because of it, if it's Jordan Jefferson coming over from West Virginia, now you get an opportunity.
Yeah.
If it's our guy Guillory, you get an opportunity. Like, you've had plenty in your LSU career, but now when they start the game, and I'm sure it's Herbie and Fowler on the call. If it's not, it's a shame, should be. They're going to circle you, Guillory, and they're going to be like, this is the guy trying to replace Maason Smith. And they're going to talk probably a little bad about you, not even on purpose, right? They're going to talk about what you can't do compared to Maason Smith. Well, go out there and prove them wrong.
Shout out, happy birthday, Noah. A little golden birthday action. Turning 24 years old today, getting a math degree at UL. Hell yeah, Noah. Happy birthday, man. Hope you have a great day. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. If only Maason Smith was a Toyota, he could just pop into that service department and he'd be good to go. Back on the road, humming and purring right along. Like a big Tundra, which is probably what he would be. And look, the bottom line is whether you're on a budget or maybe, you've had a little windfall and you got a little cash to play with, but you need something that's going to match your family needs. Maybe you don't have a family. Like, that's the best part about All-Star Toyota. A few things. First off, the prices, the selection. The absolute best part, though, the people. Be it the service department, the sales team, everybody, top to bottom, is working, doing everything they can to make sure that you find the answer that is best for you in your current situation. Go to allstartoyota.batonrouge.com today.
Check out the website. Check out the new, the used, the leasing ability, and also the rentals. Per day rental prices. Not going to find better prices anywhere. And the full fleet is certainly available. allstartoyota.batonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals.
But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Rouse's. Luke Johnson will check in from Saints camp as they get ready for the Texans, and more on LSU entering prep for Florida State. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
I'm steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? And freedom ain't getting no closer. No matter how far I go, my car is stolen. No registration. Cops patrolling. And now they done stop me and I get locked up. They won't let me out.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Free Akon and free Maason Smith. NCAA. Stupid little. Meal says, I feel like the receiver room has a lot to prove outside of Neighbors. Brian Thomas needs to break through, and Kyron Lacey is a physical freak who needs to watch fumbles. I don't know specifically about the Lacey fumbles, but I will say that the LSU receiver group, I do need to see him put up numbers. Because this is his second or third year in a row now where we've hyped them up as being a top 5 group in the entire country, and they have not lived. They definitely didn't live up to billing last year.
You don't think so? I mean, Neighbors had 1,000. Kayshawn, who was not to the individual standard that we had, but he had 538.
No.
Jure had 400. Brian Thomas had 400. Kyron Lacey had 300.
Nobody ever really felt that threatened by the LSU.
Brian Thomas had 5 receiving touchdowns last year.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is I'm not saying, look, we're talking about top 3. You know, I'm not saying you're going to throw the ball like Washington, so you're not going to hit like
you also, you're
2 guys with like 1,000 yards and a third with almost 1,000, but it has to be better than last year.
Yeah, your quarterback ran for over 1,100 yards. Now he lost 224, so the net total was 885. But remember, in college, they take sacks out of your rushing total, 1,100 yards on the ground. So that's going to be the difference. But numbers, I wouldn't go off numbers. Is my only point. Like Kayshawn,
so okay, they don't go off numbers. I just don't think they felt very threatening last year. Like
they never
really took the top off. Like
when they wanted to, they did though. Like Florida game, multiple times that was the game plan in that game, and they took the top off.
Then it's got to be more. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. If you want me to give you top 3, if you want me to give you top 3 receiver group in the nation, that has to
disagree.
No, I know. I'm saying, but it's got to be every week. Why are we giving them the benefit of it? Like, if that was not LSU, you would not say that was a top 3 receiver group in the country.
I just don't think it's part of the offense. I think Malik Neighbors is going to be a first-round pick. Brian Thomas is going to play as long as he wants in the NFL. Like Kyron Lacey is somebody that, to your point, if you want to have top 3, he probably needs to play the best out of the group, because Brian Thomas is somebody that you kind of know where he's going to shine. He's going to be a red area guy. They're going to throw the ball up. It's what he does really, really well. Malik's going to be your one. We have seen flashes from Kyron Lacey, but we've also seen Texas A&M where he had some drops. So to your point, he's probably the guy that needs to step up to elevate that room the most. And then you have Aaron Anderson, who we don't really know what the role is going to be for him.
And it's not even just about the receivers. I just think if that's supposed to be, for the second year in a row, maybe it's not the most talented group now because the offensive line could actually maybe be coming for that crown on this team, but last year definitely was, and it did not feel like you maximized the main strength of your team. And so if it again is receivers, then yeah, it's everything that we talked about this offseason. I want to see Jane Daniels and this offense be willing to push the ball more, be more explosive, and be more threatening.
Yeah, you can't have Arkansas game. You can't have Texas A&M game.
No, Auburn game.
Right?
Can't have
yeah, Auburn you throw for
it was like
85 yards.
Yeah.
85 against Auburn, 86 against Arkansas, 200, but didn't feel like 200 against A&M. And then you go throw for 502 against Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Because they opened it up because the game dictated that they had to, but it kind of was like the only good part about that was fun to see the offense say the hell with it.
You did that. You could get an idea of what that receiver room could actually do if you're willing to take those shots.
And I would throw Mason Taylor into the receiver room. I know he's a tight end.
That's fair.
But we know how much of a target he was. 38 catches for 414, 3 touchdowns a year ago. And certainly in that Georgia game, I mean, in the Field Still magazine, and the picture of the catch where he goes up, climbs the ladder, and grabs it. So I kind of agree with you, but also think that within the schematics of the offense, when they did it at a high level. The offense just didn't call for it a ton. But you can't be where LSU wants to be if you have a game like you had at Auburn, at Arkansas, or at A&M a year ago.
No, you can't. And that's just the evolution that I need to see out of the offense philosophically as well. So you don't get away from taking advantage of Jane Daniels' legs. Hell no. But you increase the threat of Jaden Daniels' legs by also being like, okay, you want to cheat down and try to stop him? Well, I'm gonna take your top off. Bad phrasing there. When we get back, closing out hour 1 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. That was actually not intentional either, which is one of the very rare times when that was not on purpose. You know what's always on purpose at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys? Winning for you in the courtroom on purpose. So you need somebody who's going to fight for you in the courtroom. You want to get Gordon, get it done, 225-888-8888. You know all about the G team. We talk about it every day. Remember, 7 more days to enter the billboard contest. You want to design Gordon's next billboard? Go follow him on social media at Get Gordon to figure out how. Get Gordon. Get it done.
Go to the website, getgordon.com. Find a list of cases that they can try for you, and obviously past client results as well. So go check out the website. Check out social media. At Get Gordon is the handle on all major social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter /X, whatever we're calling it now. And also you can call them area code in Louisiana followed by the 8s, 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com. Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, on Palmer, and after further review.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Mike Triplett joins us from Saints Camp and our final SEC check-in on the Missouri Tigers. Join us 3 to 6, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. James says, no caffeine anymore. None for 2 months now, and I never need it. It's weird. It is weird. I guess it's like any drug. You quit it, eventually you find a way to operate without it. Not me, though.
I'll never know.
No, I don't think I ever will either. Colby Reynolds, I feel like we talked a lot about their offense versus our defense, but I haven't heard a ton about their defense. Any good? Admittedly, I need to do more studying on their defense to come up with my own personal opinions, but the talking heads and analysts say, yes, Florida State's defense should be very, very good. In Phil Steele's magazine there, he has Florida State ranking second in the ACC at every level, defensive line, linebacker, and secondary. I'm guessing that Clemson's 1 in all 3?
Let's see. Clemson is 1 on D-line, 1 in linebacker, and 1 in DB.
Okay, yeah. So should be a very good defense as well.
Some of that has to do with the ACC, but yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, it's not a scrub group.
No,
I do like
no.
Will Campbell though, going against Jared Verse and Emory Jones, whoever ends up. They'll probably try to put him on Jones more than Campbell.
I would assume as well. Yeah, try to be creative, move him around a little bit so you can't get an idea. Although I don't think that you need to use a ton of help. Again, having bookend tackles just helps you open everything up, and the fact that you don't have to be like, hey, Mason, before you get out, chip. Hey, Josh, before you get out, chip. Now, you can be aware of it, but you don't have to do it, and it doesn't slow you down getting into your route. Someone asked about Harold Perkins and how many snaps he played on defense last year against Florida State. I'm looking at the snap counts now. I see him 11 snaps on special teams. I don't see him having a defensive snap a year ago. So obviously,
that's crazy.
That's a little different considering how he finished the season.
That's insanity.
There's a couple of names like I was surprised. Like Wes Weeks played 24 defensive snaps in this game. Micah Baskerville only played 6. And then Baskerville ended up being your Mike linebacker.
You talk about, it really does show you just how little you knew your roster last year, that Harold Perkins didn't play a defensive snap. And even if he did, maybe he played a couple and they like missed it or something. I don't think that'd be the case. But even if they did, he still didn't really play.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the year, you were playing him as much as you could, and he was straight up winning you football games.
He was being compared to Will Anderson at the end of the year. He just went top 5 edge rusher and dominating the preseason. So it will
huge.
be.
I mean, that makes you feel better. That makes you feel
good. It will
good.
be a different. Mike Jones Jr. played 50 snaps in that game. He didn't play at the end of the year at all on defense.
No.
Sage Ryan only played 4 defensive snaps in that game. See any other numbers that kind of pop off here. Major Burns led the team in snaps, so he'll be back there. Your highest graded players in the game against Florida State a year ago, Maason Smith would have qualified, but he only played 8 plays, so you got to go to the next. Mekhi Wingo.
Mekhi Wingo, yeah, that's what I figured.
Mekhi Wingo and Jaquelin Roy both graded out in the 70s. That was your highest grade.
Daniel Bastian says, I used to do too much caffeine in college. Then I scaled it down to 6 cups after graduating.
Where I'm at.
Now I just drink 2 a day. What is, how, I thought 6 cups would be if 6 cup is your scale down, that's a hefty boy.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Active BR, Active Baton Rouge, man. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs. I'm not going to depress you with the graphic that my wife sent me yesterday, where yesterday's high was just absurd sci-fi 105. Last year on that same day, the high was like 80 something.
Last year?
Yes, last year on that same exact day, it was like 85 or 86. But the point is, it's
thank
hotter
God for that
this
rain
year.
Yesterday.
And yeah, it lasted like 10 minutes. It was awesome.
It was great. Greatest 10 minutes I've had in a long time. Just kidding.
Look, Acton Baton Rouge, man. You need someone who's going to keep you cool as we all just burn, and they're going to make sure that your AC unit avoids catastrophic issues, stays good to go. But the best part is going to be the customer service. Service to the highest degree is what they say. Experience it for yourself. Ask about the Star Club membership. Acton Baton Rouge, ActonBR.com.
Yeah, go to the website today. Get that appointment scheduled right now online, ActonBR.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Big deal! Ain't no big
The
deal.
best kept
Big
secret
deal.
in town is
No
out.
big-
Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, August 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal. Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Munchies. And at 9:30, we talk to former LSU tight end Chase Clement. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome back, OTB. Normally we do Big Deal or No Big Deal at 9 a.m. on Thursdays, but we have Chef Johnson at 9:15. We got my guy Chase Clement coming in at 9:30. And so I think I kind of want to bump up Big Deal or No Big Deal.
That's
And
not
then
big
I also
deal.
want to talk week 0. I feel like we've talked all of our LSU, Florida State we're going to talk for today. All right?
Can I get in? Sorry about that.
No.
Can I get in one more little note?
Go ahead. I mean, look, we have more stuff to talk about. I'm down.
Just one more quick note because I found it during the break. So this year, going out to practice, hearing reports, seeing the way this group finished last year, knowing that it was going to be an issue kind of going into last year's Florida State game, I looked at the offensive line grades, and it reminded me how poorly the offensive line played in that game a year ago. You will not see Will Campbell play at a 46.3% grade again.
No.
You had Cam Wire starting at tackle, played to a 40.6% grade. Anthony Bradford, who is an NFL draft choice, played at a 20.2% grade.
Mind-boggling bad.
Tremont Shorts was in that game a couple of plays, at really a majority of it, 63% a year ago. So
Not awful, all things considered.
Dellinger was 85.7%. He actually graded out, without question, the highest there. So Will Campbell's not going to play like that. Dellinger's going to be in a position where he's more comfortable playing guard. You can have Charles Turner obviously slide in there at center. Then you're going to have Miles Frazier, who graded out at 57.7% in that game. You'd imagine that would go up. And then Emory Jones did not play in that game a year ago.
You think you see Lance, and we've been saying Zalance, but apparently people are saying now it's just Lance Hurd, which, man, disappoints me. Zalance is such a good name, but whatever. You think we see Lance Hurd snaps? It's okay. It's 53. We got to stay together. Yeah, why don't we hand 53 down to players, you know? Like, let's get like a real number, a real traditional great number in there that only the greats have worn.
Name another.
Besides me?
Mhm.
Sony Fanua. Okay. How about that? Punt?
Didn't he get dismissed from the team? He did?
What? No, Sony Fanua didn't get dismissed from the team.
I thought he did.
Edo loves Sony Fanua.
I didn't mean he didn't get dismissed. I thought he did.
I think you were just trying. I think you're a little jealous of 53 moving in on 18's neighborhood, and here you are just trying to
Very threatened.
trying to libel and slander whichever
threatened.
one is spoken word.
I mean, you were basically in the
my
front
good
yard of our
people.
house right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah. Last year, wasn't it? God, it was the walk-on from Georgetown last year, right? And that wasn't it something like that?
Big Fave texting in 99's best number. Get the hell out of here, Fave.
Fave, I couldn't have told you what number you wore.
Oh damn.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I know.
I'm kidding, Fave.
Anyway, sorry. Lance Hurd. Do you think we see him this game?
I almost think it's better if you don't.
Oh, Brian Balester. That was the other one. Hell yeah, Thomas. Thank you. I couldn't get there. That's what I was looking for.
If you don't see him, I think that's a good sign. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't see him, I think the group that you've been rolling with for a majority of the camp is doing what they need to be doing in the game.
Yeah, true.
Now, if you do see him, it's probably because you're struggling more at one of the guard positions and you kick Emory Jones down. I don't think it would be a tackle situation.
So I guess that's something to watch for come Saturday. All right, let's go ahead and do a little big deal or no big deal.
Big deal. Ain't no big deal.
Big deal. No big deal. Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal or no big deal? Shohei Ohtani tears his UCL. This is the same elbow that he had Tommy John surgery on back in 2018. He still hit the entire year as a DH. He actually hit his major league leading 44th home run before leaving the game, batting .304, 44 home runs, a 3.14 ERA with 167 Ks and 132 innings. He's likely going to win MVP. He's going into free agency. Big deal or no big deal? Shohei Ohtani tearing his UCL.
I mean, I think it's a massive deal, certainly for him personally, because, yes, he is still going to get broken off in free agency, but he loses the unicorn factor for a year, and now this is going to be your second major surgery.
Yeah.
If a team signs you, are they going to want you to pitch at all? I mean, because you're an MVP hitter.
Yeah.
Like, the pitching feels like a little lanyard. So it feels like a massive deal. I don't know that he'll pitch.
He can still
as
hit,
many
though,
innings.
right? I mean, he
can still hit. He'll be able to hit. So he'll still get paid. He'll still be a hell of a player. But
I mean, as he's recovering from if he has Tommy John again.
Yes, he did. I mean, that's what he did that year that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it feels like a massive deal for him because I don't know that a team's going to want him to pitch after 2 major surgeries.
Boys, anything?
You want to go first?
No. Do you?
About Shohei. Shohei. Oh, yeah, that's a big deal. That's a massive deal. I'm sorry. Baseball. Didn't know if you wanted.
Yeah, I know you love baseball.
Big deal. He's the best player in baseball. I mean, Angels can't even win with him. What are they going to do without him? Oof. And then, like he mentioned, what's his future as a two-way player?
Angels, my God.
You have Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. You've never won
truly
anything.
generational talent.
Yeah,
it's you don't even make the postseason.
It's I mean, they should do advanced. The CERN lab in Sweden where they do all the particle research with the Hadron Collider and all that. They should be studying how the Angels have managed to be so bad with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani.
Well, remember they came out a couple weeks ago and they're like, we're not trading Shohei Ohtani. We're going to go make a run at this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're not.
No.
You're not going to make a run at it.
No.
I'm sure ownership has a lot to do with it.
Let's see, how many games are the Angels currently out in their division? 12 games out. They're 61 and 67.
And Mike Trout came back and got hurt again.
Okay. And I could do this because I'm a baseball nerd, but so Baltimore is 78 and 48. Baltimore Orioles. Name me a Baltimore Oriole.
Manny Machado?
Currently on the team?
Manny Machado, is he still there?
That was 3 teams ago.
Oh.
Currently on the team? I couldn't do it.
T-Bob?
Cal Ripken Jr.
Exactly. So you have Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and you're 8 games? What did I say? 8 games under 500, and
Ben McDonald
calls the games.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we talked about one the other day.
What?
An Oriole. He was a single away from the cycle.
That guy.
Gunnar Henderson.
Gunnar. Yeah, didn't have the chest to stay on first.
That's right. I'll come back to you now. Big deal or no big deal? We were all wondering who the 49ers starting quarterback was going to be. It was going to be Brock Purdy or Trey Lance. Well, it turns out Trey Lance didn't win the job. or the second team job, because Sam Darnold actually is named the second team quarterback. Trey Lance is named the third quarterback. And now the 49ers are going over their options to what they can do with former number 3 overall pick, a guy they traded a whole lot for, Trey Lance. Big deal or no big deal, Mario?
Big deal for Trey Lance. His career has been, not what he expected to be. I don't think it's a very big deal for the 49ers. They've already had so much success with Purdy. If Darnold needs to come in and hold it down a few games, I'm sure he could with what's around him. They missed on that draft pick, but I don't think it's going to affect them very much.
Yeah, I'll agree with him. Like, no big deal for the 49ers, but they're fine. Jake, I'm glad you mentioned this one. This was going to be mine. So they had the number 12 pick in that draft. The 49ers did.
Yeah.
They traded that pick.
So much.
They traded that pick to the Dolphins for the number 3 pick. That pick got traded 4 different times in the same draft. So the Dolphins now have 12.
Yeah.
Well, they trade with the Eagles. They trade up to get Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
Well, the Eagles want to trade up. They trade to 10 with the Cowboys to take Devontae Smith. Who do the Cowboys take at number 12? They take Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So the 49ers traded up to 3 and had the potential to get Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and Micah Parsons. Passed on all of them, went up to number 3 to get Trey Lance. So that's a big deal.
Can you imagine Micah Parsons on the 49ers?
With Bosa on the other side?
So I'm glad.
That's a Darko Milicic, Carmelo Anthony situation.
Yep. That pick was traded 4 times.
I'm glad that you did that legwork, Taylor, because that's why it's a big deal. Like, I get that you can argue that it's not because of how good the Niners should be, but it doesn't excuse what is an all-time bad draft move. I mean, just incredible amounts of capital given up for a person who does not affect you at all. And if you're Niners, you are, as a franchise, measure yourself in Super Bowls. You've won more than, I'm pretty sure, are they still tied for lead? Maybe right underneath the Patriots at this point. But the point is, like, you measure your success in Super Bowls. That's how you miss out on winning a Super Bowl. Because you're so close to being championship good, and you could have had one of those guys and you didn't push it across the finish, or you just way, way, way overreach. So, yeah, I'd say big deal. Big deal. Marty, you got one?
Yeah, so BRCC, the Bears, have hired Paul Maneri as a special advisor to the head baseball coach. So they now have Paul Maneri and John Brady as special advisors. Shout out to the Bears. I went there. I say it's a big deal.
Big deal.
Wait, so John Brady's not the head coach? I saw a billboard, and I just assumed he was the head coach.
He's the assistant to the
advisor,
special assistant to the head coach.
Hey, I gotta brag / get on my guy, Coach Maneri. So I see him yesterday in the store. I'm with Katie and Harlow, and he's buying a huge thing of flowers. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, I'm getting my wife flowers. I was like, oh, yeah, hey, save some for the rest of us, Paul. Like, what's going on here? And he's like, yeah, it's my oldest daughter's birthday, and she's not here, but I still want to give my wife something because, this is the day that she went through something as well and had our daughter. Wow. And I'm like, oh, hey, Coach Maneri, my wife heard that, bud.
That's a good technique.
I mean.
I'm going to log that one.
Me too. But now, I can't use it. So, fellas.
And then she's going to be like, well, why did you give me these flowers? I'm going to be like, because I just
today's the day
sacrifice that you
when you went through that sacrifice to have Odie, to have Alice, to have Quad
very
Bob.
Smart.
All right? I was like,
smart.
Paul. That is awesome, but you know what you just did?
That's the old lion, man. I don't know. It's good, though. Look,
well played, Paul.
Well played.
Paul.
So just get
no, they were pretty nice.
I mean, he can, whatever. He made millions of dollars. I'm saying it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah, but when he said that, my mind's like, that's all. Oh, she heard that, didn't she?
Yeah, that sucks. You can't hit him with the surprise factor anymore. Caitlin, I'd be very unlucky if Caitlin's listening to the radio right now.
I'm going to text Caitlin right now.
Do not.
No, but Paul Maneri is awesome. I'm glad he gets to stay around the game. Jay Johnson has already done great things. I'm sure he will continue to do great things, but Paul Maneri is a legendary figure in LSU history.
Oh, wait, no, somebody in the chat mentioned John Brady's still going to call LSU basketball games. That's the thing. That was a question yesterday, but it came out that he was.
No big deal. It's BRCC. But look, my wife is a former Bear, dude. My wife's a former Bear. I got love for the Bears.
Whoa.
But you're lying. You're lying.
What? I went there. As I started college there. I went from Brother Martin to BRCC.
No, I know. Again, my wife did as well. I'm like, hell yeah, go Bears. I feel you, but you're lying.
Why'd your wife go there?
To get an LSU.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why'd you go there, Mario?
It was a program like Tiger Bridge. You had to go there your freshman year. You get to stay on LSU's campus, and then you roll your credits over and go to LSU.
Just curious.
That program didn't last very long.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it.
Hello, you got one?
Yeah, so the ACC, they are now ramping up once again their talks with Stanford and Cal, but they're also trying to include SMU in the mix as well. They could add 3 teams. Big deal or no big deal?
The money goes up, so that makes it a big deal.
Does the money go up? That's my question.
Yes, by $55 million total, not per school or anything, but I think Delhi had it $55 million.
So I don't understand the economics here. How does the money go up?
Because ESPN would pay more for the games.
So they would reopen negotiations. I guess I just automatically assumed that ESPN would not, because the SEC added Oklahoma and Texas, and ESPN said, F off, we're not reopening negotiations.
They might not, or the SEC had a number, they didn't, and then you know how Commissioner Sankey is. He's like, oh, I'm good. No, I'm good. I just want to give you the product.
So
you know
I do know that they reportedly, I did read that if they're going to join, it would be in the same way that Oregon and them did, where they're going to take a lesser payout at first, but I didn't understand how money was added to the pie.
Delhi, ACC stands to make $72 million in additional revenue from ESPN if they expand by 3.
Okay.
Given money concessions from Cal, Stanford, and SMU, a large portion, $55 million, would be distributed annually, likely via athletic performance incentives.
Yeah, still not ideal, but I guess inching closer to keeping up with the Big Ten and the SEC.
Stanford and Cal do nothing for me in the ACC.
Well, I don't want them out in the Power 5, though. Any of these schools that can get a life raft to the Power 5, I'm into.
But I was hoping they could make something out west work, honestly. Like I was hoping they could find their way, because now I'm like, Washington State and Oregon State care way more about football than Stanford and Cal do, and they're going to be left with no partner on the dance floor, as I say often. SMU's interesting because in the Metroplex, their campus, have y'all ever been to their campus? It's incredible. I mean, it is in the heart, in the thick of a really cool area there in the Dallas area. Cool. And SMU, to me, makes more sense than the other two. But look, $72 million, all right.
For the ACC, certainly. I told you I had that dream last night. I was going to go play football for Stanford. I had a random dream that Matt Rule was in town for some college football event. New Orleans, he was the head coach at Stanford. I randomly had 2 years of eligibility left, and we were chopping it up over beer, so I was going to go play for him.
Would you have eligibility left?
Hell no.
You redshirted.
Hell no. I spent up every shred of eligibility that I had. COVID year for us old heads. Shout out Matt Rule, though. I'd love to play for you, dog.
How many
at Stanford, too. It would have been cool.
How many plays could you have given him right now?
Right now, I walk onto a football field. How many plays? I give you a series.
I mean, I turned my ankle running a corner route yesterday.
I give you a series. I feel pretty good. I would just get pushed around. I'm not strong enough anymore. Like, I feel pretty flexible and good.
You can't cut like you used to.
Well, how much cutting was there going on? And you mean like cutting, like diving cutting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why not? Oh, you can't anymore. You're saying, like in the rules.
Yeah, that's why all these teams are going away from the traditional triple option. There's a bunch of rules now as far as cutting. I mean, it's almost more high school rules.
I didn't cut on the line a lot, but I did cut second level quite a bit.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. You can't really do that anymore. You can't cut the second level. I
feel pretty light.
I don't know that would happen.
That's a problem. I get pushed around.
Because like sometimes, if it was like if we played, I'm trying to think of a safety that was like bad out of hell. Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins, if he was like, he played so fast and just kind of gave his body up and he's coming downhill, I'm like, I'm not, like, why? I'm just going to cut you because you're going so fast. I'm going to get you on the ground. You're going to kind of do your job, but I'm going to more do my job.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be. I mean, so sometimes it's not about like, this guy's bigger, this guy's stronger. It's like, no, just use what he's doing against him.
Bro, I used to farm knockdown numbers by blocking, and then right before the whistle, take out the knee. Just get that knockdown number up.
Hey,
baby. Let's go.
The funniest part about T-Bob's career, he is like one of the nicest people you'll meet. He was dirty as hell on the football field.
Very true.
Like, very dirty.
Very true. All of us were the 3 big trolls. Me, Durasic, and Blackwell were. I mean, the whole O-line, really. Shout out. Yeah, that's Brandon Taylor was talking about that at the reunion last year. Called us 3 of the dirtiest MFers ever to grace the football field. It's the nicest thing anybody ever said.
Yeah, of course it is. That's a term of endearment. Can I go one more?
Yeah, sure.
Big deal, no big deal. This entire Jonathan Taylor situation with the Colts. Apparently, they've already gotten 2 trade offers, and if you don't know, the Colts aren't going to pay him. He's a running back. Why would they? Big shocker. And he wants to get paid. He wants to go somewhere else, and so he is on the trading block. And right now, again, 2 teams have already put in an offer. up to 4 more likely to put in an offer. Big deal or no big deal that the Colts are going to trade away, it looks like, Jonathan Taylor out of their backfield.
That's a big deal. Somebody can get one of the best between the tackles running backs in the NFL. Like, whoever gets Jonathan Taylor is definitely a step closer to serious contention.
I think it's a big deal or no big deal depending on where he lands, right? If this is a team like getting that final push.
The Dolphins look like the front runner.
That would feel like a big deal. And an uber competitive AFC East, like that would help you win that conference.
And you would also
that division.
keep him away from Buffalo.
Well, yeah. Ooh, Buffalo. See, that'd be a massive deal if he hit Buffalo.
So if you're the Dolphins, you keep him away from Buffalo and you get a good running back.
I'll say big deal, but for a different reason. I think it's a big deal for Anthony Richardson because he's a guy, he's still developing in the passing game. He's going to be your runner. You had Jonathan Taylor to take some of that pressure off of him in the running game early in his career. That's not there now. I mean, right now, if Jonathan Taylor was traded, Zach Moss would be the #1 running back.
He's got a broken arm, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and he's coming off of an injury. We're not even sure what he's going to do. You got Deion Jackson. You got Jake Funk. Those are your other two running backs on the
Northwestern
roster.
legend.
Evan Hull,
Taylor's fantasy knowledge is tight
Jake Funk,
right now.
Washington
you can tell
State.
it's draft season.
Jake Funk, Washington State.
No, that was Max Borghi was Washington State.
Jake Funk, State Farm?
I think Jake Funk is from Washington State.
He may be
careful
from
with
there
that
as well.
last name, boys. I'm very appreciative, though, Taylor, of your fantasy knowledge right now. I can tell your knives are sharpened going into another.
No, he played at Maryland. Jake Funk was from Maryland.
If they didn't play, we want the Funk every time he scored.
Is he the only white running back in the NFL?
No,
Jake
McCaffrey.
Funk? Oh, yeah.
Rex Burkhead, man.
Yeah,
is Rex still in the league? That's what I was wondering.
He's still
McCaffrey for sure.
Danny Woodhead's still around there somewhere, huh?
No,
What?
No. Actually, Danny's trying to play like golf, like play golf.
Oh, really?
Like professionally, yeah.
A lot of NFL players try that. I've yet
But
to
Danny's
see someone
like-
pull it off. No, I know, but
Yeah,
like
he's
the
close.
Long brother was a beast as well.
He's
Not
close.
Chris, who's the O-lineman, Kyle. I know he quit to do the same thing, and then he was like, he's so good. He's like, no, I want to play the NFL again. And then he just plays the NFL again. I don't understand those kind of guys.
How do I not remember Jake Funk at Maryland?
How would you?
He's a draft pick.
That'll do it. Big deal or no big deal. Let's do a little week 0 talk. Let's talk about the things we're most excited for in week 0 next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
K to Z window coverings. Now this is KTO. Okay, KTOZblinds.com is the website. 225-791-1220 is the number. You go to K2ZBlinds.com, and for all your window covering needs, free installation, they got financing options to work with you to find what works for you. Custom window coverings that will wow you, your friends, your neighbors, help you control that heat in that outdoor kitchen. Like whatever the case may be, Jake's got them coming out to his home. They're going to be hooking it up. Can't wait to see the final product. But bottom line, you need custom blinds, window shades, plantation shutters, anything. It's all at K2Z Window Coverings.
Blind shade shutters. T-Bob gave it to you, but I am excited about the screen shade systems, and they're going to come out. I've got the perfect space for it. If you want to watch football outside in the fall like we all love to do, it is almost a must-have. Go to the website today, K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota 4Runner for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com. Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
taco more than just a taco when it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
Charles Hannegriff, join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch from the brand new Town Square Pizza in downtown Baton Rouge. Dwayne Colucci is with us, Matt Humans is with us, and Jacob Hester making an appearance on Live at Lunch. It's Thursday, 11 a.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, welcome back, OTB. He's got a great Jerry Jones clip to play in a little while. I saw Bunky Perkins retweet it.
They left, Bunky. They left.
Turn on Jake's mic there, Marco.
You sure?
Oh, my bad. I wasn't looking at him. I just heard him talking, but couldn't hear. What is this? Flowers? Why is she talking about flowers? Okay. Ooh. No, she didn't hear. Okay, good. Ooh. She's getting the teacher flowers.
God, I want to be a snitch right now.
No.
Because my wife was there.
That's like the anti-foxhole
I know.
there.
I know. So I'm not doing it.
Look,
I said I want to.
might forget by that time, too. You don't know.
She wrote me big deal or no big deal. Paul Maneri. Yeah.
Okay. No.
He's listening.
No, you can never get those points, unfortunately. That door, look, man, sometimes in life doors close, you know? And that door is firmly shut.
Yeah.
Never to open again. God, I love Baldur's Gate. I got to stay focused.
Wait, what?
Don't, no.
I don't know what it is, so.
No, it's just an RPG, but I'm just thinking it's like a decision-based one, so you make a choice.
RPG means?
Role-playing game.
Okay.
Or rocket-propelled grenade, but not in this case. College football, week 0 coming up this Saturday. I can literally feel my nerves vibrating when I start to think about it. The beers, the friends, the fun, the touchdowns. We're going to do that next segment, too, so you can just hold on to it.
Beers.
But we haven't actually talked about it, right? So maybe you want to give me, I don't know, what should we do NFL films again? Maybe I feel like this segment that might need a little juice behind it. But here are the actual games coming up this Saturday in case you don't know. I'll do Central Times here. At 1:30, Navy, Notre Dame, in Ireland, on NBC. That's the big boy. Absolutely love it. We'll get into each game, like what we're looking forward to after run through the schedule here. So that's at 1:30. At 4:30, UTEP at Jacksonville State. At 6, you got UMass versus New Mexico State and Ohio versus San Diego at San Diego State. At 6:30 on the SEC Network, you'll have Hawaii at Vandy. How about that? Clark Lee and company. And then at 7 p.m. on the Pac-12 Network, good luck, you'll have San Jose State at USC. And then at 8, Uh-oh, Jake, don't look now. Not content with getting to Buc-ee's, Rustin wants to be on the big stage. FIU at Louisiana Tech on the CBS Sports Network at 8 p.m. So the Dogs getting a little week 0 love. God, it's so hard to do
Good
with my
dogs.
tiny hands.
Good dogs. No, Mario, what are you doing? Let's hook 'em horns. No,
it's
No, you
hard
gotta-
to wrap the
Oh my
thumb
God,
around.
what?
It is hard.
Your fingers are up. That's not. It's
No,
not that.
I don't think he can bend his pinkies. My pinky's kind of straight.
Go dogs.
It's
like
hard
Bob.
to move all your fingers at the same
Yeah.
time.
It's like a bulldog, like rough.
No, I get it. I get it. It's so
Good
hard.
dogs.
Yours dog looks a little bigger than mine.
Yeah,
okay.
I got a pit bull. You got Chihuahua.
Top things is not true. I at least have a maybe like a spaniel. Okay, 9-inch king. I'm not Kenny Pickett out here, even though I love Kenny. Shout out Kenny, 8-inch king. What are you most looking forward to this weekend? We'll go back and forth.
If it's not to like just choose the chalky Navy Notre Dame because that was a really good game last year. It was a one-possession game. It's a service academy in Notre Dame. I'm always going to be fired up for that. If I go away from that game because it does feel incredibly chalky, I would go to Hawaii and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt went out there last year. It was like a bowl trip for them. I talked with Clark Lee. I think it was on Monday. He's like, that was a great trip. We enjoyed the trip, and it was fun, but I am really excited to have that game in Nashville and not have to have that travel in week 0. And he said it's an opportunity, for us to show what we did last year was not just a fluke, beating Kentucky and Florida in the same year. And they feel like they have a really good team. He likes his quarterback. He likes everybody that he has coming back. And a lot of people making fun of the construction. He goes, yeah, you can make fun all you want, but we've been asking for construction here for like 40 years. Remember, he played at Vanderbilt.
Doesn't look that hard to get in Nashville right now.
Yeah. He played at Vanderbilt. Their AD played at Vanderbilt, right? And so we talk about alignment all the time. That is alignment. And you have to have somebody that understands the challenges of a program like Vanderbilt and knows that you have to go the extra mile. Clark Lee, the smartest fullback I've ever met, he understands those challenges. I'm excited to see where they're at. It's a program that, for me, it's easy to root for. I think Hawaii's not world beaters, but Timmy Chang, head coach, is still a program that you can kind of gauge where you're at as a team if you're
Chang's
Vanderbilt.
head coach at Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, bro. These boys don't know about Timmy Chang.
No, I don't know nothing about that. They just know about Colt Brennan.
Y'all know about Timmy Chang?
Yeah, he coached when Cole Brennan was there, right? He won a ton of games at Hawaii relative to the rest of their program. He also played there as well.
I think he coached.
He wasn't
when Brennan was
Coach
there.
Brennan. June Jones was the coach when
I'm pretty
he was
sure
there.
Timmy Chang was the former NCAA all-time leading passer.
Yeah,
for a long
put up big
time.
numbers.
I remember
For a long
from that
time.
record. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so on Vanderbilt, I do have one of the things that I'm looking forward to this weekend. First SEC game of the year, great. Golden opportunity for everything you just said, Jake. Clark Lee to start the season with a win, build momentum off the last season. I want to see A.J. Swan. A.J. Swan, as a true freshman last year, was good. That's the quarterback from Vandy. He threw 10 touchdowns, just 2 picks, 58% completion, so that's got to get up a little bit. But he replaced Mike Wright as the year went on. Mike Wright transferred to Mississippi State, which blew my mind. No idea why a quarterback would transfer to a Will Rogers school, but whatever. But yeah, I think A.J. Swan is someone who, when we do quarterback rankings and stuff, just gets kind of completely left off and forgotten about. Whereas a true freshman, he showed like a lot of potential to maybe be good. So, but you got to beat Hawaii, right? Like if Vandy wants to build off of last year and wants to maybe make a bowl, you have to win this game. So it's kind of funny, man. It's week 0, but this means a ton to the Commodores in terms of accomplishing their goals.
They actually should be able to win this game. Jake mentioned last year, Vandy went to Hawaii and won that game. This will be a surprise to no one, but Hawaii, one of the best home winning percentages due to traveling, but one of the worst road winning percentages.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you hear that? West Coast Big Ten teams?
Yeah, right.
Or West Coast ACC teams?
West Coast, Atlantic Coast Conference teams. Yep. Ironic. The thing that I am most looking forward to, the human Hartman throb. Sam Hartman. I mean, come on, dude. Prince Eric sailing to Ireland to fight the U.S. Navy. It kind of gets you thinking, Jake, is this, does Notre Dame actually represent Ireland here going against the USA? Like, it's the literal fighting Irish against the U.S. Navy.
So
this is international war at this point.
Maybe. People from Ireland hate the fact that Americans be like, I'm like a third Irish. Like that is something that they troll all the time. So I don't know that they would claim Notre Dame, but Notre Dame can
called
claim
the
it.
Fighting Irish.
I know.
They can't not claim them.
Well, they
it
kind of
is
can.
them.
I mean,
Yeah, like what other team are you going to pull for, to your point? Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a Fighting Irish. There's a Fighting T-Bobs out there. I'd be like, okay, I guess I got to take them in. They're mine now.
I'm just telling you what, from my research, they don't enjoy the fact that it's like, I'm actually a third Irish.
I'm just saying nobody. Oh, I guess because that's you. You say you're a third Irish, or no? Do you have a Irish tattoo?
I do, but I don't say I'm a third Irish.
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe you did because you had the Irish tattoo.
No, I mean that's.
I've never heard you say that. I just knew you had.
We
the
know your
tattoo.
ancestry with France, like you tell us who the first French Hebert.
I'm also someone though who does believe that it's just an amalgamated mess of everything, and every DNA test you show proves that. And so, like, trying to be like I'm a third this or half this is just the height of absurdity and breaks down once you actually look at the DNA.
Hold up now. I've heard you talk about the Heberts that came over from France.
I think it's cool that I can trace the namesake all the way back to those two brothers, or my old man did. But I don't have like any,
Are you calling the cannon a liar?
I have a French allegiance when it's convenient during the World Cup. And, allez les bleus, or whatever we say. The point is, no one spends more military spending than the United States does. Can Ireland pull off the upset? We're going to find out this Saturday. I will say this, with Sam Hartman, what a stage to either crank up the Notre Dame hype machine, or if disaster strikes, to just completely decimate Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. I mean, overreaction Sunday is going to be in fine form when it comes to Notre Dame after this game.
And Navy is going to look different. They are. Now, they'll still have some of the principles that them, but their offense is switching up a little bit. It's going to be more out of gun. You're going to see more passes. You're still going to see variations of the triple option. Think Coastal Carolina over the last couple of years with Jamie Chadwell.
Okay, hell yeah.
That's kind of what it's going to look like for Navy. Now, we also know the service academies ran the triple option because of who they had available and the body types that they had available. You don't have 300-pound offensive linemen, and that's why they've always run that system, is because you're still in training and you still have this schedule, so you're not going to be able, just like kind of like Paul Skeens, how he's like, I could change my body. I could work on the things that I couldn't work on when I was at Air Force. That's why they always did it. So we'll see how it plays out at the line of scrimmage. Same principles, but a little bit different blocking schemes, not being able to cut as much in different spaces on the field.
All right, when we get back, I want to play the Jerry Jones clip when it gets a little more week 0. We'll be back. More to be next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13.
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Rouse's. Luke Johnson will check in from Saints camp as they get ready for the Texans, and more on LSU entering prep for Florida State. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
The Queen Baton Rouge invites you to a special never-before-seen event in Baton Rouge. Tonight, Thursday, August 24th, the Queen Baton Rouge presents a drone light show. It'll begin just after 8:30 p.m. Come downtown or park anywhere close to where you have a clear view of the sky above River Road near the Capitol. Then after the show, head over at 9 p.m. when the doors officially open at the Queen Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, sorry about that. Week 0 preview continues. Last thing I'd say I'm looking forward to, Jake, besides the dogs, go dogs, is it's Caleb Williams' debut. Now, again, I don't think I'm going to watch it because last year hawking down a Pac-12 network link was like the juice was not worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
But I
still
do
Mayo's line. Couldn't find it with a search warrant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm excited to see the highlights. And I think USC is in an interesting spot, Jake, where nothing they're going to show you is going to change your mind, right? You know,
Right.
Defense goes out there and dominates. Who gives a damn? It's San Jose State. Caleb Williams great. Who gives a damn? San Jose State. But if the defense looks crappy again, there's going to be a lot of victory lapping. There's going to be a lot of, again, overreaction Sunday takes. Alex Grinch sucks. Nothing is fixed. Lincoln Riley isn't willing to do what needs to be done. So, sneaky amount on the line for USC. I don't know anything about San Jose State, though. Do you? Like, are they
7-5 last year, but I don't know, like, offensively, like, where they were last year. I'm trying to look that up right now because that will matter a little bit to me. 7-5 in the Mountain West, so not awful, certainly not great. So maybe you get a little bit of an idea. I'm trying to find out, and I'll have it for you because USC and Iowa are like same team except flip-flopped. USC was 3rd total offense, 106 total defense. Iowa was 2nd total defense, 130 total offense.
If only you could make Lincoln Ferentz, you would achieve college football singularity. You know, where would Lincoln Ferentz coach? It'd have to be some weird Frankenstein of like the West Coast and Iowa smashed together. I don't even know.
Would it be Washington
more
State?
Opposite in terms of like geographic setting and football style than Iowa and Los Angeles?
Washington State.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Pullman kind of plays because it's very country, very small.
You want to go a little smaller
farmer town
On the West Coast, though.
You want to go a little smaller. My dude's coaching the Idaho Vandals for sure.
Yeah, I go. Okay,
In the airplane hangar.
Well, but there's not enough LA in the Idaho Vandal part of the equation.
Yeah, Pullman's got a little bit of like hippie,
it's West Coast,
like
yes,
like
exactly
hipster, trendy town. San Jose State was 84th in total offense.
So the defense better do good.
Yes.
USC's defense better dominate, which they will. I'm assuming.
Yeah, they better.
All right. Jerry Jones was talking to the media yesterday, and to be fair, I have not even listened to this with sound, so this will be a live reaction here. It was just the tweet itself that cracked me up. Which players are you talking about here, Taylor?
Williams, the defensive end. The first name's escaping me. He's a second-year guy, and he got in trouble for this last year, speeding as well. And
okay. So
you go to Georgia?
So yeah, exactly.
I told you there was a Georgia joke to be made when I said shit.
Here is Jerry Jones talking about one of his players being suspended for speeding.
Faster drives 100 miles an hour and has a wreck. You know, and this, I mean, how do you conjugate all that? How do you balance those things?
Well, first of all, I'm saying that he is, which is more often the case than not. This sounds a little hollow, but he does and is maturing, and he is. What was he going, 66? Was he going 66 miles an hour?
Last year?
No, this year. So he's 34 miles an hour less than this year than he was last year. 98.66, so that's improvement.
I mean, not wrong. Literally not wrong. He said, I love that he said something maybe rings a little hollow.
No. He didn't say hollow.
He shines a little hollow.
He said holla.
Oh, yeah, shines a little hollow.
He said a little holla.
Still in trouble for speeding, but he's not wrong. 99.66. I mean, boys, that's just 33% difference. That's like a hefty drop off. That's the guy who's getting better. It's improvement. That's all we can ask for.
If you had less failure on the football field, we'd praise it.
Better never rests. So hell, you get 33% better on a football field, you're a Pro Bowler.
I love how you said hollow.
Hollow. I know this shines a little hollow. Well, how fast was he going last year?
Oh, Jerry.
Legend of the game. Taylor, any reaction to that clip? You got 30 seconds.
No, I mean, Mario sent it to me last night, and he always picks with me anytime like a Cowboys thing makes headlines, and I responded. I was just like, kind of like you. I was like, hey, can't argue with those numbers. I mean, 66 is less than 99.
What was the old ESPN show, Numbers Never Lie?
I mean,
there you go, dude.
It is improvement.
Words lie, numbers don't.
But then what's the other one? Like, I don't know, whatever. Let's go to break. There's going to be more next. Close an hour or two.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. Chances are Jerry Jones has a bit of a fixer for pretty much any problem in life, I would say. Well, guess what? You need the equivalent. Is it the wolf from Pulp Fiction, right, that they call?
Yes.
You need the equivalent of the wolf for your turlet. You want Central Plumbing, okay? Let's say you sprayed all over your seat, okay? Something goes wrong, awful. Well, guess what? Central Plumbing's going to come in there. They're going to fix it. No one's ever going to know that anything went wrong. They got flat rate pricing. It's weekend, weekday, holiday. 24/7 emergency service. Licensed, bond insured. For 50 years, they've been the answer. They will be the answer for 50 more. CentralPlumbing.org.
Harvey Keitel, the wolf? I think so. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. Go check that out. It's not only in emergencies. We know that. If you're looking to upgrade, they can certainly come into your home or your business and do so. So check that out. Go Tango Say with Tango's Water Heater. CentralPlumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Mike Triplett joins us from Saints Camp and our final SEC check-in on the Missouri Tigers. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back. Here's an interesting quote from Kyle Shanahan in response to Trey Lance missing practice after we found out that Sam Darnold's QB2. He said, quote, "Yeah, Trey has put his heart and soul into this like almost all players do. These are conversations I have to have with guys a lot, and they're never easy. They're really tough. But it's also always tough when the spotlight is on as much as it was in this situation, with it being Trey, with our quarterback, his pick in the draft. So I knew that it was hard on him. We had such a light practice today, and watching how Trey was when we talked, we just thought it was better. Hey, take the day off, get away for a little bit, clear your head some. Talk later this afternoon. We'll get you back in here tomorrow. This fellow's best thing for him." Wow, NFL getting soft, Jake. Certified soft, right?
You know, a lot of former players in that front office. And so.
Wow. So you're saying they're getting human?
Yeah.
I don't like this. Yeah. I need my front office to be as inhuman as possible.
Yeah. It's really
Jim Fink style.
It's the only mistake that the only mistake that John Lynch has really made. I mean, the people he's brought in, the draft choices, they've all worked out incredibly well. And this one was a big one. But they're still really good. So it didn't like derail their franchise. And they can still get something. Now they're not going to get anything close to a first rounder for Trey Lance, but they can still get something. Now, like which team would want him? We could probably find a list. We could go down the list. I'm sure there would be a shooter, but I don't know they can be a starter for anybody right now.
Other news here, Jimmy Graham returned to practice yesterday. So love to see that. And the Pelicans are giving you a chance to win if they win, Jake.
Okay.
The NBA's busting out the new inaugural in-season tournament, remember?
Yeah.
It's going to finish in December. Whoa, chill out, soccer boy. I thought you'd be excited about this.
That's
It's
what
like
I
a
hate
little
about
FA
this.
Cup.
That's what I hate about this whole thing. Like they're clearly
What?
just marketing it to soccer fans in Europe.
What?
No, they're not marketing it to soccer fans in Europe. They're
that
just
was
trying to add something.
I forgot about that.
Okay. I thought you were just maybe like Mario. Mario hates the whole thing.
Stupid.
You want to call him stupid soccer boy?
Watch this. I ain't say stupid. Watch this, though, because now watch how bad it Mario's about to be. So if the Pelicans win, the $1 million is going to be split amongst 100 fans, $10,000 apiece. If you go to one of the in-season tournament games, you get 1,000 tickets. You go to two of the in-season tournament games, you get 2,000 entries. If you go to all three of the in-season tournament games, you get 5,000 entries if your name is drawn. Every Pelican's got to win, but if they do and your name's drawn, you get 10K.
Why'd your eyes get so big, Mario?
How about that, Mario?
I mean,
Is it still stupid?
I'm media now technically, but my parents have season tickets.
There
so
you
like,
go.
how would that work?
Look, how do y'all feel about a group stage? Pels group stage, Rockets, Mavs, Nuggets, Clippers.
I am never, yes, I am little soccer boy. I'm never going to be mad about actual on-the-field things that I can watch. I don't care what it is. Cup, tournament, fake tournament, preseason. Yeah, I'm here for all of it.
See, Mario? Get excited.
The Larry O'Brien's the only championship trophy to me.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Jesus. Well, you're never going to see one of those. So
They said the same. They said the same about the Saints, bro. Said the same about the Saints.
Yeah, okay, fair. So just wait like 60 years, 40 years, 50
Yeah.
years. RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. You want to feel younger, better, faster, stronger. You need to fight the effects of aging. It's everything, man. Okay, mood problems, insomnia, energy, erectile dysfunction, facial aging, okay, weight gain, all of it can be treated at Rejuve Me. Okay, you do upkeep on your car, your home, everything else in your life. Do upkeep on your freaking body, man. Okay, and it's easy and it's fun. Get that consultation today. Go to RejuveMedical.com.
It doesn't even have to be weight gain. Now, it certainly can be weight gain, but T-Bob, maybe you're doing the same things that you've always done to lose weight. You're eating right, you're working out, and the weight's just not falling off. Well, you can go into Rejuve Me, and they can help you out. Here's why you're not losing the weight like you used to. Go get that consultation set up, RejuveMeMedical.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, August 24th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTBOT, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15, and former LSU tight end Chase Clement talks to us at 9:30. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Y'all good? Or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, dog? Welcome back, OTB.
What's up, bruh?
What's up, dude?
What do we go with
So,
now? Like, is it bro or bruh, or like what's the? Because I get called bruh a lot by my
Louisiana
oldest.
made me start saying bruh. Let me see this little guys. Little Anthony Davis figure.
Yeah. So last night I was with Hudson, my 10-year-old, and he bought this little surprise bag of figures. You get 2
they go in like your
NBA
pencil.
players. Yeah. And he got Giannis and he got Anthony Davis. And, well, I mean, he hates Anthony Davis like any good red-blooded Louisianan does. And so I brought it in, and when Mario went to go print out the papers, I put it right in front of his keyboard because I know how much he loves Anthony Davis. And when he came in, you can ask Taylor, like, he kind of, like, jumped back, like it startled him. This little figure was in front of his computer.
It's a very short and squatty figure. It actually is perfectly proportioned for Zion, who looks jacked right now, dude. Our boy looks good.
We're not doing that.
He looks good.
We're not doing that.
I'm doing it.
I'm
doing it.
You can. We're not.
I'm also.
We're means we are. We are
Mario's
not.
out here trying to say that if the Pelicans win the play-in tournament, that he's not going to be lording it over other fan bases' heads. If the Pelicans are not the play-in, the midseason tournament, if the Pelicans win the midseason tournament, I'm going to be dropping my nuts on every other fan base's forehead.
Mario would do that thing. Yeah, you should. Mario would do that thing where he's so excited, where he kind of walks around. You know what I'm talking about? Mario's side. He walks around. He's like, I'm fired up. Like football season's here, bro. Like, I'm really excited. Like, why would we not be? Like, football's here, man.
I do that.
That would be you as soon as the Pelicans won that tournament.
I'd be jacked up,
I
especially.
love the fact that you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Hell yeah.
Football season, Mario. Nah, I'd be jacked up for sure, especially the Lakers are involved, but I'm not going to claim it as a second championship. Like Adam Silver's trying to say the NBA is implying a second championship. That's not what that is.
I will. F him, dude. Give me a trophy to
Yeah.
lift. Let's go.
Yeah, give me a trophy to put in the case.
Does confetti fall? Do I lift it with my team?
Yes, in Las
Let's
Vegas,
go.
but it's
Let's
still not
go.
a championship.
Yeah, it is. It's a literal championship. It may not be the NBA championship, but it literally is a championship.
That's like Ole Miss claiming 2003 West Division champions.
No. 'Cause they weren't it.
It's the middle.
No, they weren't it.
It's a regular season accomplishment.
No, they didn't lift a trophy.
No, but they didn't have
it's
a
not.
trophy.
It's a tournament. It's outside of the regular season. It runs it coincides, like it runs along. It's like it's concurrent with the regular season time-wise, but it's not a part of the
Look,
regular
you win
season.
the FA Cup, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You win Champions League, that's a big deal. That's not within your league.
And those are great leagues. That's a great sport. This is the NBA. There's no need to mess with it.
Who's to say? Who's to say you can't add something new that's never been
get
done?
5 years in, and maybe everybody loves it.
I know it's at the end of the year. Would this be like winning the NIT in college basketball?
No, it's in the middle of the year.
No, I
It's
know,
in
but that's what, no,
December.
I'm saying like NIT is at the end of the year. Like I know it's a little bit
Why is
different.
it different than the World Baseball
No, because
Classic?
the NIT, the best teams don't play. You'd still be going through the best teams.
Yeah.
Like I know the World Baseball Classic is country, and that brings a different sense of pride. But still, like go watch the World Baseball Classic before the season, and how much that meant to Team Japan to win that thing.
Your irrational old man hate of the in-season tournament is making me calcify even harder in my stance that I love it. I now love the in-season tournament. Let's freaking go. Flock up, boys. I want 10K. I want 100 loyal Pelicans fans to get 10K. And that's what happens if the Pellies take home the dub. Which, again, last year, third in the West when Zion was playing, okay? So it's more realistic than you think. Okay?
Right. Yeah, giving away money. We're in the luxury tax. I like this. This is good.
Are we in the luxury tax?
As of now.
Look
yeah.
at us.
They can get out before the season. But
Who'd
yeah.
thought?
Carly Woodard says she just went to get her coffee and that she is 7 months pregnant. And the barista said, "Dang, you must be due any day." And then she responded out, says, "Rude, I have 8 more weeks, a-hole."
That's why you never say anything like that. You don't say anything to a pregnant lady.
Nope.
Never.
won't
Congratulations is what you should say.
I'm even
And that-
nervous
and you
about
better be
that.
careful
Yeah,
there.
You better be damn sure. You better
Just don't
be
even say anything. Just make eye contact.
beyond the shadow of a doubt sure that is a pregnant belly. It's just there are some things in life that can be deemed unnecessary risks, and engaging in pregnancy conversation where you are initiating it is one of those things. So that barista kind of stepped in a little bit. Even though, you're on a baby, there's nothing wrong with
Is a
having
barista the
little
most
baby.
stressful job that you can have that's similar to a barista? Like I know there's some other jobs that are very stressful. When I go to Starbucks or when I go anywhere, it doesn't matter, it had to be Starbucks, wherever, and it's like a long line and I see them pouring and washing and blending and it stresses me out.
Well, not only that, I can't imagine just the absurd, over-the-top orders that these people have to deal with, right? I mean, my
the one by
wife
campus
orders with like a half pump of vanilla. I'm like, woman, what are you doing? It's just so extra. Like, I'm embarrassed to have to order this for you right now.
So the one
Or
that's
like a half pump of peppermint.
that is extra. The one that's by campus is the one that I kind of stop on the way home. I go down Nicholson and run in whatever, and it's obviously on a college campus. The color of drinks that they serve, I didn't know Starbucks offered those color drinks like pink and red and green, and I'm like, what are these things? And the baristas are just grinding back there, making all these drinks and these things that I've never heard of before.
Potions, these alchemy, these
I'm
like,
like,
elixirs.
And honestly, when I go, I'm like, can I get a coffee?
Yeah.
They're like, what? They're like,
It's a pike.
Just a coffee. Like,
black pike.
yeah, blonde roast, like coffee. And they're like, yeah, I guess. Like almost like anything else, they're like waiting.
No, they're like, you're weird because you only ordered that. They're like, guys, we got a complicated order.
I think
this guy wants some coffee.
I guess they appreciate it, but oof, man, there's a lot of just random.
Maybe
orders.
they do appreciate it because some person hooked me up for free the other day in my drive-through. Just here you go, go on.
When you got just a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
that's
like
all I
this
get
is like
just coffee.
30 cents. Hell, here you go, bro.
And I tip every time. I don't know if everybody still tips for coffee, even though it's way
I do.
overpriced. So it's like I don't want to
I
tip,
do.
but it's like I do because I do believe in tipping, whatever. The other thing about it that you have to remember too is it's not wholly unlike a bunch of crackheads rolling up to the dealer. I mean, at the end of the day, Starbucks is essentially a massive, massive drug operation.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And
Well, caffeine
before
is
a
a drug.
drug addict gets their hit, they're a-holes.
Mhm.
They're cranky.
Yeah.
And so you have the dual storm of these super extra orders combined with a bunch of pissed off drug addicts who are demanding that their dealer get them the product quicker and better and exactly how they like it.
Yeah.
And it's just a recipe for a disaster of an experience, I feel like.
Yeah. Shout out to all the baristas out there.
Shout out to
tip
the
your
baristas,
tip
dude.
your barista.
I agree. I agree.
Especially if you get half a pump of something.
Sure. Unbelievable.
That is
Unbelievable.
chaotic behavior. That is trying to throw a wrench in the plans.
And again, what was it? What is this?
Mark.
Mine not room for
Mark.
Varent says now you have
Mark, come on,
YouTubers going into Starbucks and purposely ordering free water, then spilling it on the counter and requesting another over and over.
Oh my God.
I loathe this sort of prank.
I
behavior.
would. I think I would crow hop that person.
Yeah. You get a certain
On principle.
Point, if you see
What?
that at a certain point, somebody in the store has to stand up and
Yes.
tell that person to get out.
Well, after like the
need
second
some
one, like I
citizen
feel like
justice.
Starbucks or whoever it is, like she just cut them off.
After the second one, like
They should,
you
but then
gotta
I
say
never
something.
doubt but I never doubt corporate ability to be like the customer's always right and I don't care. It's
Yeah,
like when
it's
you
like, but the one time it's an accident, you do it right after I give you a
feel
second
you.
one. It's like,
but it's like you hear stories about like where an employee stops the store from being robbed and then gets fired because technically
yeah,
it's against corporate policy.
a group of girls at it was a Lululemon in Atlanta. Like I just saw this story. They got in trouble for it.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
And
what happens all the time.
they didn't even stop them. They like wrote the license plate number down and called the cops.
Oh, that's
and
crazy.
then the owner wasn't there, and they're like, "I'm the only one that has the authority to do this," and like fired all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude.
Tom
So
Coughlin energy.
That's yeah, exactly. That is some upside down Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland BS right there. Somebody get the Mad
And
Hatter out of here.
I'm looking like I can see the hair on this TikTok person just big
Yeah.
and fluffy and.
I mean, somebody needs to smack some sense into that person.
Name's probably like Braden or something.
Probably Xander. Xander. God, what a douche.
I met somebody named Daytona.
Daytona or Daytona?
Daytona.
Daytona. Say Daytona. What's up, girl?
Daytona.
His parents are NASCAR fans.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it.
Daytona's not bad. It's a little unwieldy to be like.
Say
Eventually,
Daytona?
Eventually,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I like
call
it a lot, actually.
Eventually, you're gonna call him Day or Tona or Tony. Like, there's no way you're saying Daytona every time.
You don't think so?
I don't know, man.
I mean, everybody gets.
It's
you know,
three
shortened.
syllables that don't float.
Like
off
we don't
the
call
tongue.
Taylor Tay.
If he plays pro sports, the PA guy's 100% going Daytona.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a great name for that. But I'm saying like
You can go by one name, soccer style too.
it's a name that'll definitely end up being shortened, and then when they're in trouble, their husband or wife will say Daytona. Come here right now.
This makes me think of Balls of Fury. He was Randy Daytona.
Was
it was his last name.
Yes.
But yeah, Randy
Works
Daytona.
great as a last name.
Yes.
Works great as a last name. Shout out Balls of Fury. Funny movie.
Funny movie.
First thing that pops in your head when you hear the word Daytona.
NASCAR.
Dale Earnhardt.
Well,
Taylor,
Yeah.
do people call you like T-sharp or T
So
or Tay? Tay
that
Tay?
is T-sharp has always been what everyone's called me. Like I never
you.
asked them for it or anything. Like in college, everyone called me
T-sharp?
that. I never really.
T-sharp.
I don't like
Which
that.
is what I'm saying, because like
Better than Daytona.
it's not like my name's complicated anyways. But that's just that's
Wait,
something
so should
everybody.
we start calling you T-sharp?
I mean, you can. I don't care.
I think
A
we're
lot
gonna
of
start
people
doing it.
do. So
We'll be the only show on radio. That's how we're going to move up to number 9
Yeah.
okay.
in the top 10 rankings. It's because we're going to be the only people on radio with 2 T name people.
Yeah,
on the show.
I'd be happy to help.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
I was always Jake by friends, Jacob by people that didn't know me, and Hess in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mario was Jerez.
Jerez.
And didn't correct him.
Yes.
In high school.
Grammatically incorrect.
T-Tay.
I remember when I first met Mario, I asked him, I was like, hey, is it like Jerez? He goes, yeah, but you could say Jerez. Everybody messes it up. I was like, no, I'll say Jerez. It's fine.
In high school, I was called Jerez. Friends call me Mario. Family calls me Mario Eduardo.
Okay, nice. And then Handy
Mario
calls you
Eduardo, when you're
Mario.
in
And
trouble?
then he calls me Mario.
When you're in trouble, do you get the full Mario Eduardo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mario Eduardo.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Don't hear that.
I would like stop right wherever I'm at. and like,
Jalen
ooh.
goes, T-Bob A-Bear. Come here right now. I'm like, I just want to
I don't really call you T-Bob very
Please leave
often.
me alone.
It's either Bob or just T.
T's mainly what I get.
And I'm like you. I'm the third, so that's important to differentiate.
Mario Toro Tres?
Yes.
Trey. I have a buddy, Talman Eugene Harbor III, of Spanish descent. So they call him Trey.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is Quad Bob really going to go by Quad
God,
Bob?
I hope so.
No, I mainly call him Bobby.
Okay.
But I call him Quad for fun every now and then, but I don't think Quad Bob's like gonna like stick. Maybe
Yeah.
though. I mean, I don't know. I wonder, did they call Quad Wilson Quad when he was a baby? We could talk to Coach Frank, figure out.
Yeah.
Shout out Quad Wilson, 99-yard pick six in the bowl game last year.
Yep. Yeah.
When we get back, Munchies, Chef Michael Johnson.
OTB, OT.
All-Star Toyota. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, man. Explore the collection at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Go see them over Airline Highway today. You want to see what they got on the lot? You can custom order right there from the website with All-Star Express. Pretty unreal. And look, whether you're buying new Toyota certified used vehicle, you just need a rent. You got a vacation coming up or some cheaper per day rental prices than traditional rental companies. And the other thing is, man, if you like the show, you want to support those who support the show, you can do that with All-Star Toyota. I'm a repeat customer, very happy one at that. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Go to the website today. Customize your new vehicle. If you want a Murdered Out Mini, if you want a Stormtrooper 4Runner like I just desperately want right now. I saw one on the road and now I need one as well. Well, you can do that. You can go in and you can customize it. However, you can add. You can also take away. Like if there's something you're like, I don't need that feature, and it will change the price of your vehicle as well. So go to the website today, allstartoyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Cold in Baton Rouge. Operator, what you put me on through? Gotta send my love down the
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Scoocha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Charles
Sandegriff, join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch from the brand new Town Square Pizza in downtown Baton Rouge. Dwayne Colucci is with us, Matt Humans is with us, and Jacob Hester making an appearance on Live at Lunch. It's Thursday, 11 a.m., 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Right now, it's time for some Munchies with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson. Chef Johnson, what's up, man? Light at the end of the tunnel. Let's do a little energy check-in, little vibe feeling out. How we feeling this week, Chef?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're pushing through. The campus lost power campus-wide on Monday or Tuesday, and it required quite a bit of pivot. We pushed through it, and we put food out all day long. But man, it was a challenging day. We lost air conditioning and for several hours, and the building just wasn't able to catch up that day because of the in and out of athletes coming in and out. So it was a challenging day, but we pushed through it. I'm super proud of my team for doing so. Like, we were running power cords from here to there. We had some backup energy to keep refrigeration alive and gas. So it was an interesting day, but we made it through. And we have a couple of practices this weekend, but we're breaking up the team to some of them that have had time off are going to work this weekend, and I've got some people that have worked for 30, 35 days in a row that we're going to cut them loose and give them some breathing room, and then
hell yeah,
it's 6 days a week after that with victory meals and everything else. So it's football season, baby.
It is, and now that camp's finishing up, your job doesn't get any easier because now everybody's back. Everybody's back on campus. Right. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you what sports were kind of coming in and out, and you had 3, but now everybody's back. So there's no rest for the weary right now. No, we're for breakfast we see a couple hundred. For lunch, we see 250, and then for dinner, we see about 450. So I think we have 508 athletes, and so we're seeing the lion's share of them at dinner. Depends on what kind of program they have for lunch, what their availability is and such. So we're still feeding a ton of people. What about former players? I don't know. Is there a good time to come in or
You got it. Yeah, we'll put you on the VIP list, man.
Okay, thank you.
Hashtag Munchies. What's the funniest sounding food or spice you've ever heard of? For me, it's sassafras. I mean, that's a good answer. Sassafras is actually great.
Yeah. Spices, we used to buy spices from this company that Spiceology, and they had letters on the front of them, and you could spell things out with the letters. And there were some interesting words that you'd find on the shelf. That was kind of humorous. Sounding, I don't know, but
what was the herb that was in the fish that you made us that gave it a little peppery sort of taste? I feel like that had an interesting name.
We had some sorrel and I always forget the name of the little herb. It's like nasturtium or something.
Yeah, it's a good name. It's like something out of a fantasy book.
It's something you forage, right? Like it's a wild green, and it's got some really interesting. You can actually find nasturtium in your yard, like in the cracks of your sidewalk and stuff.
Is that what my dog and cat are chewing on when they go out there and start munching on grass?
I'm not real familiar with your yard. That could be some other stuff growing.
That's true. Fair, Chef. Hashtag Munchies.
Yeah, you might want to be quiet there, T-Bob.
Favorite style of pizza? Yeah, that's still not allowed, is it? Are you growing it?
No, I can't grow it.
Favorite style of pizza? Deep dish, Detroit, New York, etc.
I'm really fond of Neapolitan. You know, thin crust.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it
I like-
about the Neapolitan that wins over the others?
Well, Neapolitan one, you're not covering it in cheese and have this whole slathered layer of cheese. You know, like typically you'll have pulled cheese and like you cook the sauce. You don't cook the sauce ahead of time. The sauce cooks on the pizza itself, and realistically, that's how most Italian pizzas are made. But I really love the toasted bottoms. That it kind of has this dark. It's some of it might even be burnt in some people's eyes, but that to me is character. Like I like different things offering different like it's contrast as you're eating it. You know what I mean? Like there's a little darkness to it, and then there's a little acidity, and then there's a little fattiness to it.
Okay.
I love that about food. Yeah.
You've inspired me. Yeah. Now, next pizza I'm gonna get, it's gonna be a Neapolitan.
Yeah, that actually sounds fantastic. Chef, acai bowls is something that I've been on a kick lately. Do y'all do anything like that for the athletes? I know, smoothies, and it can be a process of like putting it together. Do y'all do any of that?
Yeah, so we have a soft serve machine that we have a acai powder that we mix in with a neutral sorbet mix that's made from all fruit sugar. So it's healthier stuff for you. It's not like.
So y'all have that currently, like right now.
So it's not acai today. And to be honest with you, Jake, we rotate the fruits.
Right.
It's always full of like antioxidants and stuff. So it's super fruits of similar nature to the acai. But it's available 5-6 days a week, however many days we are open. Yeah.
And that's on soft serve.
On a soft serve.
Yeah,
machine,
I need that VIP list. I need that. Yeah, I'm coming in.
#Munchies. Where do you make or buy your mushroom powder?
So we buy it typically. I used to buy it from a place out of the Pacific Northwest because of the abundance of different mushrooms. I buy some shiitake and basic stuff from my spice company out of Chicago. I switched spice companies just out of customer service needs. Mushroom Maggie's has out of St. Francisville.
Okay.
They have some fantastic mushrooms. Like if I'm buying fresh mushrooms, I buy them from them, and then we actually can dehydrate them ourselves in the ovens here, and then powderize them, and you actually get like a broader spectrum of different types of mushrooms. I'm not sure if Mushroom Maggie does her own powder, but we will make powder out of it just because they have lion's mane, and when you have that variety, like lion's mane is good for cellular regrowth and for brain functioning, and each mushroom has a different quality for the human body that when you mix all that stuff together, it has benefit, right?
Yeah, Mushroom Maggie. There was a store in Denver, Mushroom Maggie. I think they sold different things though.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
But again, does prove that human bodies love mushrooms. They are awesome.
Yes.
#Munchies. Do you have a sauce packet drawer? And if you did, what's in it? What sauces are you allowed to have?
I don't. We make our own sauces. We don't really buy sauce packets or anything of that nature. Like we do have some like Asian sauces, like General Tso's sauce that it's just easier to buy that stuff in a gallon jug, stuff like that.
Ooh, I could drink that stuff, dude.
We buy some high end mirin, which is good for Asian cooking. I have some just condiment sauces that are ethnic from different countries that we keep around because they're yuzu, for instance.
Ooh, good.
Some cheaper. Oh God, I love yuzu. And when it's done really well, and when you find some great yuzu, you can't go back to the cheap stuff, And so we definitely keep some of that stuff around on the shelf for sure.
Yeah, that's been my new, instead of the wasabi sauce and a little salmon, rice, and avocado, I've just been dumping yuzu all over the top. Ponzu's great as well.
Ponzu as well. Have you ever had like real wasabi before from the root itself?
No, it sounds incredible.
Oh man, it's a world of difference. Instead of using that powderized horseradish, it's vibrant, man. There's some sushi restaurants around that serve it fresh.
Place in New Orleans used to make fresh wasabi actually, and it was incredible. But I never understood the difference. So that's the actual root there, because like it wasn't green and what I've come to think of as wasabi. It almost looked more like salsa, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been years now.
Yeah, almost like a tomatillo.
Yes,
almost.
that's exactly. Oh, so that was fresh. So I have had it then. It was incredible.
Yeah, yes. It's it's an underground root, and it like if you have the circumstances to grow it in, you can grow it at your house. It has to be, it's a real confined type of growth circumstances, but there are some places you can buy it and plant it if you have the right humidity, the right controlled environment. And I tell you what, man, if you have that, you got something magical, brother. It's expensive, but to be able to get it to grow, it's also a rhizome, so it grows underground, kind of like bamboo does. And the root will just continue to expand underground, and you won't even know it until you see a growth populate, come popping out of the soil, and all of a sudden you have more over here. It's a pretty interesting plant.
Hashtag Munchies isn't boneless fried chicken, just a chicken tender.
Or a chicken nugget.
Yeah, a chicken nugget.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. The boneless wings deal doesn't, you call it what you want. I call it a tender.
Yeah. How do you get, I'll see a place, there's a great place actually in Starkville that's called Restaurant Tyler, and they've got really good fried chicken, but they offer boneless fried chicken. I mean, it's a huge hunk of chicken, and it's boneless. What is the process of getting that out?
Smash it together.
Well, that could be, like boneless chicken thighs or something of that nature, or a boneless breast or something where they've taken the hunk of meat out of it. I mean, we do fried boneless thighs, and they're pretty darn good.
What's the process? Yeah, it's fantastic. The chicken's fantastic, but what's that process? How long does that take to debone something like that?
I mean, you can buy it boneless. You can buy boneless thighs at the store. You can get bone-in thighs.
Yeah, I guess I've never seen boneless breast at this like that size. I guess is what I'm saying. Not just.
Yeah, I don't know. Without looking at it and seeing it at first person, I can't explain exactly what it is. But
this year you're going to Starkville. Go check it out. It's in downtown Starkville. Yes, I said downtown. Go check it out and report back to me because I think you'll enjoy it. But I need to know how it's done.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
Chef, real quick, I know we can keep making you answer this question, but Carly is 7 months pregnant and needs your help.
Okay.
How do you make the roux in the oven again?
So you mix the equal parts flour and oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put the roux in cold, the cast iron in cold, everything goes in cold. You turn it on to about 325. You can do it at 275. It just takes a lot longer. And about every half hour you go and stir the flour in really well.
Damn.
To where it because the flour will settle and become kind of a sticky glob, and it will separate. And basically what you're doing is slow baking it, right? The oil comes up real slow, but the oil penetrates and surrounds each grain of flour, and so it's a controlled, equal, even cook. And the hot spot obviously will be on the bottom of the oven. If you have it, you want to put it in the middle of the oven so it's not too close to the bottom. And about every half hour you just stir it, and you use your nose to pick up on. I can smell when my roux is done, because it develops this kind of nutty, olfactory effervescence to it. That you go and it's kind of a peanut butter brown, and it just looks proper. And it actually tastes a little bit like peanut butter. There's a bitterness to it because of the flour, but the flavor of the flour has changed to this nutty kind of flavor, and it's beautiful.
Hashtag Munchies. What's an unconventional fruit I should try?
Dragon fruit is one that I really like. You peel the skin off, and it's got this white flesh inside of it. It's kind of got almost like poppy seeds in the middle of it, and it's kind of neutral but sweet as well. I like dragon fruit. If you haven't tried different types of papayas, they're great for you. It's good for your digestive system. Peaches, right now, if you haven't ever had a donut peach, oh my God, and it's got to be ripe. If you're buying them from the store and they're still firm and hard, you're not going to get the experience out of it. But if they're soft and they've been there for a while and you think it's overripe, it's just perfect.
Oh yeah.
Just before the fruit goes bad, that's when it's the sweetest.
Yep.
It's incredible. So nectarines, like white nectarines, are an incredible deal. If you've never had a Rainier cherry, there's a yellowish red cherry that they put Bing cherries to shame. They're just incredible cherries. This time of year, stone fruit is a huge deal because they're in season. A lot of them come from the Pacific Northwest, and it's season for them up there. So, like pluots and plums, like you can get different varieties of those that are, different colors with different flavor qualities. That we do a lot of changing of that stuff these days.
Sorry, Chef, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I would behoove me not to say something about grapes as well, and they're not necessarily available right now. But cotton candy grapes, if you've ever had a cotton candy grape, you'll never forget it. Like it literally tastes like cotton candy. And then they have finger grapes as well that are dark purple. They're elongated. Like almost looks like a little.
You brought
like
those
a little
in for
eggplant.
us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were incredible. They were incredible.
So any of that stuff, they did too. Anyway.
No, I love that. I've been on a huge grape kick lately, but I'm guilty of being an a-hole. Somebody's mentioned cotton candy grapes last week, and I was thinking like cotton candy vodka. Like they were some grapes that had like cheap like cotton candy flavor injected into them. I didn't realize they've just, bred these things over time to highlight the sweetness. Yeah,
that's right. I'm sure you could make a cotton candy or vodka out of them. I'm curious to see what that. Yeah,
I hate cotton candy vodka. It's disgusting. I did have a gumdrop grape though the other day, and I was pretty blown away.
Oh yeah, they're good too. Yeah.
Last one here. Hashtag Munchies. Who is the best boudin in Louisiana?
Gosh, that's a tough one, man.
I know.
Like there's a lot of Jerry Lee's has great stuff. We actually buy our boudin from the same company that we buy our beef from, which is Coastal Plains, and they bought out a little local place there in Eunice, and it's a respectable boudin, man. And if you're in the local area there, they have a really great product. Plus, for me, it's supporting the local business. It's some of the products that you see retail is really difficult for me to get in wholesale because they just, they like making their money on the front side of retail stuff. So, some of those boudins are tough for me to get in here without having to go chase it down. And so, Coastal Plains has a recipe that's pretty solid, and they deliver it with our cattle. So, we buy their stuff.
Somebody go to Eunice and bring us some back, and we'll do a little taste test of that.
Yeah. It's
Chef,
respectable.
You're the best. Thank you so much. I know you're crazy busy. You make time for us every single Thursday. Everybody loves it. Thank you, Chef.
Always, guys. Thank you.
Chef Michael Johnson. Hey, I do want to remind you to Patient Plus Urgent Care. PatientPlusUC.com is the website. I'm always talking about it for your family or whatever, or you if you need to get in, get better. And that all plays. I mean, again, guys, the facilities is where you're going to start to realize the difference. And you look at the technology, you recognize they have all the testing needs that you have. And what are, all these facilities without excellent nurses and doctors staffing them. But how about occupational medicine needs, okay? If you need drug testing, whatever sort of exams you need, explore the Mid-City location of Patient Plus for all your OcMed needs. It's going to blow you away, especially because, look, in that business, a lot of these companies have been getting by with not putting a lot of effort in. Not the case at Patient Plus. So there's one near you. You can schedule online. Walk-ins are always welcome as well. Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, PatientPlusUC.com. Oh, man. Ashley Megan says, get the biggest Vidalia onions you can and wrap the slices in bacon. Oh. That sounds so good. I love bacon. Oh, I mean, I love onions. You just bite a little bit of raw onion.
Like an apple?
Not like an apple, but if it's sliced up. You know what I'm saying? If it's sliced up a little bit, not like a big chunk like an apple.
Yeah.
That feels like a little too aggressive, but yeah, I just love munching on
Love onions.
It's a little sliced up.
Reds, yellow.
Yeah, all of them. When we get back, more TV.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
And 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Rouse's. Luke Johnson will check in from Saints camp as they get ready for the Texans, and more on LSU entering prep for Florida State. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Right now, we got one of my partners in the studio, Giant, Two Tights himself, Chase Claymont, the man who led the charge on the Brad Wing Florida touchdown. Chase, what's up, bro? What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Chilling, man. Also, you caught a big touchdown in West Virginia, huh?
Yeah.
Not crazy, right before half?
1 yard touchdown.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dog.
In the records, it says touchdown 1. It doesn't say 1 yard touchdown.
That's right.
Hell yeah, dude. He's been chasing. I mean, as you can see, man, this is a big dude right here, son. You don't want him standing too close to you, Jake.
Oh, I don't care. Low man wins, right, Chase?
I'll lean down a little bit.
What's up, bro? What's going on, man? How you getting excited for football, dude?
Yes.
How you feeling Tigers? Man?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good, man. I love the fact that they got to have those 3 tight ends and be able to switch that up. and put the different defenses in the game.
Wait, so how about this? Take us back to the Brad Wing touchdown here, because and maybe you can bring it up, Taylor, and you can play it as we're talking about it. We don't need sound on it or anything. So that was not called a fake punt, right?
That's correct.
So when did y'all know that you were going to fake it?
So we were on our own 30, I think, and
Yeah.
Ron Brooks had jumped off sides. They were trying to double him because he was lighting it up the whole night.
Yes, yeah.
And that one guy that usually comes and rushes and kind of protects, when he jumped off sides, no, I saw nobody rushing at all. So I run to the sideline. I'm telling T-Mac, hey, bro, no one came. We can run this thing. And he's like, no, get back on the field. So I went to.
He's like, Chase, shut your ass up.
I was going to run the mile. I was like, Coach, no one rushed. We can make this happen. We ended up backing us up, and I think it was 4th or 14. And if you start the clip right there, you could kind of see me turn around and tell Brad, no one runs. Follow me. And I did not even have to turn around, and I heard the crowd go crazy. Yeah. I knew he took off behind me.
So you and Brad, so you cooked it up.
Right. The reason why it works.
Let Brad know.
The reason why it works so well is because everybody on our punt team thought it was a real punt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's the ultimate trick.
It's right. No one turned around to see if we made the first down or nothing.
Go back and play that again. Look at who tried to hit Chase coming downhill, only to realize that's a big man to try to be going after his thigh, dude. Hit that, run that back. You can play it on there while you rewind.
Honestly, that would be a penalty now.
Yeah.
What he tried to do, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, and honestly, what Brad did was a penalty then, unfortunately.
And ever since we did it like that, he would hold the punt.
Watch this, dude. Watch it. Look at Randy come downhill, think he's gonna make a play. Boom! Got freaking drunk.
And that was when the first taunting penalty ever happened in college. I'm pretty
sure.
The
first one ever?
From what I was told.
Yeah, I could see it, dude. It was look at Randy, there he is.
Dude, they thought they had a momentum until then.
Oh my God, Mad Will Muschamp is one of life's great pleasures. It's comedic. Look at him just getting after the special teams.
I cannot believe they called that taunting though.
I know, bro. Look, look at Chase. Look at Chase. Boom! Randy, get the hell out of here, boy.
I knew exactly what we were being.
I can't believe it. So
the best was when I ran back to the sideline. I was like, I told you so, man.
What did T-Mac say?
He just gave me a thumbs up. You can see Miles giving his little handshake.
That's one of those, and you love it too, because like I guarantee that I'm not even listening to that. Like Les was getting all the Mad Hatter like credit for calling a fake punt, when really no, that was just some good homespun coon-ass recognition right there, bro.
That, no doubt.
Just some good.
Yeah, the next day he's in the meetings. The next day he said, "We love your sense of awareness, but do not do those things."
That's one of those kind of ask for forgiveness, not for permission, and like they can't really get mad at you because it worked out, but they don't want you to get too cocky and too out of line. Oh right. My God, bro, that's incredible. Yeah, Zach in the chat said that was the first one ever. He got her, says, what a horrible call.
So if that got called back, how did that?
No touchdown.
I know. But how did that series end?
Touchdown.
It was a field goal? I believe it was a field goal.
Crap. Okay. It felt like
I'm trying to look up right now.
It felt like we scored every drive that game.
Oh, yeah. We were going
Is that 11?
Yeah. That was
so 41-11 was his final score, though?
Yeah. It was the largest we ever beat Florida by.
Yeah.
We set a few of those records that year. We would have beaten 07, Chase. What do
you think? You set a few of those records, but you didn't finish it with us.
We still had the coldest defense.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but giant tights with Tyler on the edge, man. You couldn't. No.
Old Ted and Chase Bone. You don't want to see us on the goal lines.
I am fine. We got crystal ball. Like we got the whole deal, bro. Y'all's defense was better. Our offense was much better.
Sure. I don't know about much better. I mean, we put up numbers. We just got shut down by Alabama. We dominated everybody else. We scored.
Running the ball.
We averaged. We were one of the top scoring offenses in the country.
Okay. Stand by my statement. I mean, I gave y'all defense. We had Glenn Dorsey, and I still gave you defense.
I know. That's true. All right, when we get
T-Bot
back,
forgets he was actually on both teams.
2011, bro. Let's close out the show next.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You can get a brand new Toyota Camry for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Mike Triplett joins us from Saints Camp and our final SEC check-in on the Missouri Tigers. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, chopping it up with my best friends, best former teammates, Chase Claymore. Chase, you just told me you grew an inch after you got done playing football?
That's right. Yeah.
So you're 6'7" now?
That's right.
So, boys, this man right here can do a standing back tuck, like a backflip, like a standing backflip, okay? Yeah. Yeah,
Go look at my
exactly.
TikTok if you don't believe me.
Real recognize real. What's your TikTok? What's your at? What's your at?
At Chase Claymore.
Okay, there you go. Hell yeah, bro. I'm still T-Bob53 on Twitter. Or on X.com. Ask the Bench, would you rather move to the West Coast or the East Coast? Ask the Bench, brought by Cold Curse Life, Zero Touch of Blue Moon, Lot Sky, Citrus Sweet. West Coast or East Coast, boys? If you had to move.
East Coast.
West Coast.
East Coast for sure for me.
I go West Coast.
I hate, I was going to say West Coast, but I don't know, actually. Like the Carolinas, I go East Coast. I go East Coast.
It's still
sure.
hot on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm going
good.
West Coast.
F him.
Myrtle Beach
Tough.
is about the only cool thing over there.
Nah, they got, people always retire to the Highlands, right? Isn't that kind of, is that on the beach? I don't know.
The Highlands.
The houses
in
are
like
too
North
close.
Carolina?
The houses are way too close over there.
I don't know. I went to a wedding in the Carolinas one time. It was on the beach, and it was super fun.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. Maybe Charleston, something like that.
Sure. I think
Ask the Bench. Would you rather go to an authentic cochon de lait or a crawfish bowl? It's not a, what do we call it? Why am I blanking, Chase? What do you call it when you're roasting a pig? Not a
Boucherie.
A boucherie, thank you. Would you rather go to boucherie or crawfish bowl?
Boucherie.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, really? Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crawfish bowls are fun, but a boucherie is more rare.
Yeah.
And you get that blood pudding and everything, or the blood sausage, and the hog's head. You can just eat the fresh brains. All
It's a
buttery
lot
and
longer
soft.
event. It's a way lot longer event.
Yeah, I agree. Ask the Bench. Let me see if we got anything else here. Do want to remind you to DraftKings. Okay, football season is back. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on any college football game. You get $200 in free bets instantly. $200 in free bets instantly. And if you're a returning customer, remember, you can always get all of your everything, all your same game parlays, everything. Download DraftKings, physically present in Louisiana, select pairs only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football. Terms licensed partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles Gamble. Promo code 100 Gambler 100-426-2537. Have a great day. See you later.
OTB, OT.
There it is, the extra mile.